that?
A sangria. Oh, it is a twist.
Wow. It came like that bottle?
Yeah.
Or you made that bottle?
No, I didn't make the bottle.
Oh, okay. Why are you doing that?
I don't know, because there's like residue on the side of it. It must be like from the,
Either way, you're going to drink it. What a way to start off a Thursday night. Thank everybody. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Let us know where you're from if you're a first timer.
Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Make sure our sound is down on the computer. Yes, I think so.
Yes, everything is good.
Mics are on. It's my favorite day of the week. Thursday.
I think it's a lot of people's favorite day of the week. They seem to really like our Thursday night painting sessions.
We like painting on Thursdays.
Yeah. The week is over now. Pretty
much. Thank goodness. It was a rough week. It was a Monday every day this week. Man.
It's over.
We have one more day to go. One more day to go.
Yeah. Everybody just check in. Please keep in mind, as we always do, okay, you see these little free virtual pumpkin patch painting things here in the comments. Do not click on that.
Yep.
Whoever it is, Shaima, Akhtar, Molly, don't touch her. Okay? We don't, I'll see your comments in the section here, but just don't engage or click on that clickbait, that scam, or whatever that stuff is. Yep. All right? We want to thank you for joining us. Thursday nights is our special night.
It is. In fact, even when we do like private events now, private Zooms, we offer private Zoom classes. Thursday nights I just reserve for us. I think we just have an awesome collaboration of people from all over the world on Thursday nights, and we have been liking the 8 o'clock hour to help our West Coast friends out a little bit.
That's right. A little bit.
We will get there to go a little bit later. Join us on our Zoom meet and greet in a couple of weeks where we can kind of talk about that a little bit more. We need your input. We need your opinions. We need some other ideas. But we've got a ton of amazing stuff coming up for you. I'm so excited about the next few months.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff is going to be happening. We will be giving you the update of the upcoming events and, what surprises we have in store before we get into the holiday season. But again, those of you who are just joining us for the first time, we'd like to know where you're from. And everybody else, that's our regular audience. Always give us a shout out. We love it. Just don't click on that clickbait or whatever this advertisement is here about free virtual pumpkin patch painting. That's not us. You know us. If you come to our page and you check us out, you painted with us, you know how we do.
I'm trying to put those things in the about section as well. So anytime we post an event, please read through that about section. It will remind you not to click on any of the spam, scam, clickbait things. It'll tell you whether we're doing this on Facebook, whether it's a Zoom, because it's a Paint It Forward. It'll tell you how long it'll be up, where it'll go after, how to get it, how to get your kit. All of the information that everybody asks about is always in the about section on your events.
That's right.
So please check there for us.
Yes. All right. So we got Jody Golden saying,
hey, Jody.
I may catch up with you later.
Sounds good.
Amanda Mitzef says, drink up, girl.
It's pretty strong, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Pretty strong.
Okay, we got Amy Cleveland, first time from Indiana. Give us Amy, let us know where from Indiana, because we paint. I mean, we pin our viewers up on the board. We write down the cities that you come from, and you come back and paint with us. Then we'll pin you up on the board.
Our map.
Okay, like Sarah Burrows here, first time,
Sarah.
Muscatine, Iowa.
Welcome, guys. We love having new friends.
Okay. Yeah, see, Alex Deering, first time from South Dakota. Where in South Dakota?
That's so cool. I think we got somebody from every state now.
Yes.
I think. It's like
Rachel Harris,
so
hello
cool.
from South Carolina.
Hi,
We got
Rachel.
South Carolina pinned up.
Woo-hoo.
Just tell us where in South Carolina, and we'll make sure we put the pin in there for
You
you.
make sure you're on there.
Right, okay. And remember, everyone, please do not click on that clickbait or scam or whatever that stuff is. Just put your comments in, and I'll read them off if I can. All right, we're about ready to get started. Wait, I got somebody said it's hard to hear. Okay, we need you to check your volume.
I'll check our connections. Just
Check our
make
connection
sure.
here before we get started.
Yep. Make sure your volume's all the way up on your end. Let me not trip over everything on my way over.
Yeah, be careful. I'm plugged in. Want to unplug and plug back in?
Just wanted to make sure that this was in all the way.
Yeah, we got a lot of people checking in here.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Puxatawney, Pennsylvania.
Puxatawney.
I see Heather
Woo-hoo.
Kane. All right, Jacqueline Ortiz, thank you for doing this.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Jill
You're
Lamb from
welcome.
Florence, Kentucky, thank you.
You're
Susan
welcome.
Lynn Scott from Richmond, Virginia. Malaya
Awesome,
Mitchell,
guys.
Cincinnati.
So cool.
Yeah, don't click on the scam. Don't. Why
If
would
they're
you do
here.
that?
Yeah, they're
Just
here.
put your comments in
Yeah.
if you have a problem, or if you need me to
They're
relay
here.
a message to Jennifer, because we're gonna get started tonight. It's our pumpkin patch painting tonight. Want to get in the mood
Strong.
for the holiday season, which will be upon us before you know it. Racine, Wisconsin, West Virginia here in the
Awesome.
house.
So cool.
Gabriella Lawrence, first time.
Welcome,
Melissa Robinson
Gabriella.
from New Hampshire.
Hi,
Woodbine,
Melissa.
Maryland. Lisa Reynolds.
Hi, Lisa.
Taylor Nelson.
Hi, Taylor. I feel like, what was that? Romper Room.
Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas.
So cool.
Grandma Pat from New
Hi,
Jersey.
Grandma Pat.
Right here with us tonight. Texas Panhandle.
So neat.
Lodi, California. I pinned somebody in Lodi.
Might have been them.
Okay. Parkersburg, West Virginia. We're taking all these cities down, and we will be pinning them all up.
I printed for Mark the list of, and anybody that we sent a kit to, I sent him the list of the cities and the states to pin, and it's pages long.
Right.
He has his
Okay.
job ahead of
We're
him.
about to get started, but
Yep.
for all of the people that come here for the first time, we are Mimosas and Masterpieces, and we're based out of Southbound Brook, New Jersey, as Jennifer will always tell you. Anytime you want to paint with us, you come to our page and look at our event schedule, and you'll see when we'll be on and what time we'll be on. Okay. If you're not able to make it like tonight, a lot of you have made it tonight. Those of you who don't, can't check in with us, can't paint with us, don't worry. We put the video up right here on Facebook right after it's done. All right, it stays on there for a shorter period of time. Then it moves to the website, and you have to pay a small fee just to watch the video and paint with us. And then eventually, that's going to end up on a YouTube page where you'll be able to you'll be able to paint for free. Okay?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But as of right now, anytime you want to join us, you just look at our list of events on our page, and anything that you've never painted with us before, you go to the past events, and you can look through all of those past events. They start in March when we first started doing this.
Yeah, we did.
And you can paint any of those paintings is right here on our Facebook page. All right, with all of that said,
Yeah.
I'm going to give the floor to Jennifer. We got a nice big crowd tonight, so
Aw.
this is wonderful for a Thursday
Cool.
night. So let's get started and let's do this.
All right. Happy fall, everybody. I think it's fall. Are we officially in fall? I think we are.
Yeah.
If not, I love it. I love the weather, except for maybe the raininess. But loving the cool weather. And loving all the fun fall stuff. Pumpkin paintings, picking, pumpkin patch. So, again, I'm Jennifer, Mark's behind the computer. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. As I always say, my painting is not going to look like my painting,
and your painting is not going to look like my painting.
I'm starting with that because we have 3 versions of the same painting. And I kind of posted the one up first and said, oh, do we just like the pumpkin patch? And then I said, how about the one with the wagon? And then you guys said, both. So we put one together. So I did 3 different variations because you guys can see every painting is going to be different. Whether I'm painting it myself, it will always come out different, and yours will always come out differently. So we certainly want you to use your creative expression, use your creative freedom, You are the artist tonight. We're here just to guide you.
And that's what we do every time we come on.
Exactly. So, I will show you how to do pumpkins in the foreground. I will show you how to do the wagon. We'll do the whole pumpkin patch. And then you can choose whether you just want the wagon, whether you want all of the pumpkins in the foreground, or whether you want both. Okay?
All right. And you're going to teach them that skyline you got back there?
Of course. Of course. We're going to do all of that first. But first, let's go over our supplies.
Yes.
So, first things first is we have a 16 by 20 canvas. I have it landscape, so 20 by 16. I'm using probably three different brushes tonight. So we'll use that either 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch brush, flat brush. We'll use a medium round brush like this. And we'll use a smaller, kind of a detail or finer brush for some of our little lines when we get to those. I have a cup of water to rinse, paper towels to dry. A sangria that's pretty strong and hitting me hard already.
All right.
And then actually there's 6 colors tonight. So primaries, red, yellow, blue, black, and white. And then we need brown.
And we need brown?
And we need some brown.
Okay, Alana Marie says, I'm looking forward to my first virtual paint night.
Oh, hi, Alana.
Although I can hardly hear you. I'm from Victoria, British Columbia. We checked our end.
Yeah,
Alana.
you may just have to go out and come back in.
Yeah, try going out and coming right back in. And maybe that could, or adjust your volume if you can.
Yeah. I think sometimes somebody said Facebook has a volume itself.
Yes,
so
it does.
I'm not sure
Yes,
if that
it
may
does.
be kind of in play there too. All right, so we're just going to go over step by step each part. I'll tell you when to change brushes, when to rinse and dry. If you have any questions along the way, chat them in. Mark is kind of my eyes and ears. He'll give me your questions. He'll have me repeat my steps most times, and usually ask the questions that you're thinking.
Right.
So,
well, just one more thing before you get started.
Sure.
I got Laura Schaffner here. Says, wanted to make sure I could actually paint from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Laura.
A painting the other night wanted my credit card. No way.
No.
Thank you guys for doing this.
No.
Now I have 2 minutes to gather my supplies.
Aww.
Yeah, please, everybody,
Just
please.
be careful of those
We
things.
don't ask you for your credit card or none of that. You come here and paint with us for free on Facebook.
If
Okay.
anything happens, anything transaction wise with us, it's going to go through our website, not through Facebook. So yes, we'll link you or we'll send you to our website, whether that's to purchase kits from us.
Right.
We just posted the Golden Girls Night painting. Because there were so many issues with the silhouettes and sketches in the past, I decided we're just going to put them all on. We're going to put it on the website, so you can download it from the website instead of trying to search for the images through all the discussions. So I'm trying to streamline as much as we can through as we go. Honestly, you guys have knocked our socks off with with how much we've reached. We are just a little, it's Mark and I and Aiden and Rascal.
Yep, that's it. It's just the 4
in
of us.
South Boundbrook, New Jersey. We typically
You see Rascal right down there at the
would
bottom
be-
underneath the Nightmare Before Christmas. See him down there?
he's hiding for now.
No, he's not hiding. He's just saying, okay, I'm just going to count down until you're done, and then...
Yes.
You're
So we
done.
normally would be going out and doing this in person. Since February, we have been doing it this way. Our goal at the end of the year was, my goal, personal goal, was 500 likes, and you guys have blown me away. We're over 20,000. I don't even know anymore. It's so crazy. So thank you all, because it's about you, not about us.
It surely
This is your self-care moment, your downtime. Take your mind off of everything else going on out there. Have a sip, take a swig, grab a brush, and let's get started.
Self-care time.
That's
Let's
it.
do it.
All right, I'm starting with that larger brush. So whether you have a 1/2 inch brush like this or a 3/4 inch brush like this, you're just going to rinse and dry to get started. If you want to zoom a little bit more so they can see a little bit closer.
Absolutely.
We wanted to show you some of those fancy paintings back there because we got lots of them coming up. So excited for them.
Okay,
right.
we're zoomed in.
Good deal. Rinsing and drying. All right, we're going to work from top to bottom. So there is a couple different ways that you can go about this. Your sunset or your background working from top to bottom. On this one, I have some blue starting at the top, coming down into purple, and then going into yellow. On this one, which I think was the one that everybody seemed to like the most, get up there.
Careful.
I just wanted to stick it up there. Was the purple, coming down to blue, coming down to yellow, and then into the orange. And this one's pretty much the same, except there's some red in there.
Okay.
Okay? So you guys can kind of go in any order you want to with your colors, but I'm going to start with some purple and bring it down similar to that one, all right? So we've got a mixed purple. I don't have purple, so we're going to take a little scoop of our red and a little scoop of our blue on another section of your plate. Mix in a small area for some purple.
Until you get the shade that you like.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got Connie and Janine.
Hi, Connie and Janine.
First timers from Las Vegas joining
awesome.
us tonight.
You guys are in the fun part of the world, huh?
We got Dolores Hampton from
Dolores.
Pikeville, Kentucky joining us tonight.
Cool. So with that flat brush, we're just going to brush this on horizontally in a horizontal brush. Horizontal brush strokes all the way across. I'm going to do this maybe about a brush width to a width and a half.
A brush width or a width and a half?
So you're depending on the size of your brush. So give me about an inch of that purple.
All right. Going all the way across?
All the way across.
Alexis says, how do we tip you?
Alexis. We have a virtual tip jar, so we'll talk about that later too.
Okay.
We'll post that link for you. It will go through our website. So what we do at the end of the evening, anybody that does want to do be part of our virtual tip jar, thank you. We'll do prizes or giveaways from random people that use our tip jar later.
All right.
We will do that live tomorrow. So we'll come back on here live for anybody that's used our tip jar and tipped us. Thank you in advance.
And then they can join us?
You'll join us tomorrow night at some point, and we'll give away some prizes, okay?
So how do they keep up on this? They keep up on this on our Facebook page?
Just come right back to the event. You may not catch us live. I'm not sure what time I'll do it.
But if they don't catch it, then there'll be something posted?
Yep, the live will be posted in there.
All right, just want to make sure.
And as soon as we complete our evening, I will post this video for you guys. And we'll also go live for anybody that has purchased kits. There's just a couple of you for this one, and we'll do a prize giveaway for somebody that's purchased a kit tonight. All right.
Did you say how they tip you?
So there's a link posted on the video, but I'll also post it again in the event discussion.
After we're done?
When we're done, yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah, we always will take your money, but we prefer keeping it, the tips with the event. This way what I do is kind of grab all of your names from an Excel sheet, kind of exported right from the website, and put you in that spinner so I don't have to type all of your names out. So we've got our purple, and I did go and grab the top edge and the sides.
Right, always the top and the sides of your
It just helps it look a little finished when you're done. So I'm just using that horizontal brush stroke, that's all.
All right, and it's about an inch.
Yeah, it's about an inch. And remember, it doesn't always have to be exact. It doesn't have to be the same, okay?
Right. This is what you feel and what your taste is and what you want that will make you happy. All right. You okay?
I needed to take a breath. That made me really hot.
Oh, wow. What's the name of that again?
Capriccio. That's because it's 13.9 alcohol.
Whoa.
13.9% alcohol.
And that's a sangria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you a sangria girl, but it's just like, wow.
That's strong. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
We'll have to see how this painting comes out at the end of the night.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so that same brush, I haven't rinsed and dried. I'm just going to grab some blue, and I'm going to start working some blue under there. So I'll start by working that, laying that blue. Rascal, you need to lay down. That blue right underneath my purple. And we're going to overlap some. It's okay. So blue right underneath that purple.
It's all right to overlap?
Yep, because we're going to kind of blend it up there anyway.
Okay, but you're putting it on there sort of heavy. Just going all the way across.
Yep, bring it all the way across.
Horizontal brush strokes.
Horizontal brush strokes. Stick with that same brush stroke.
Katie Joy Garcia says, I love the Christmas Yoda on the wall.
Oh, we're doing him on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be doing him Saturday night, 8 p.m. right here.
That's right. So to blend, you're just going to run your brush back and forth, right to left, horizontally. We're going to move that blue up into our purple, and then keep going back and forth and bring it down a little bit. So then you'll kind of bring that blue down about an inch. So back and forth up into our purple to blend, and come down. So you're just kind of blending back and forth.
Okay, going up and then coming down.
Yep, so back and forth up into purple, and then pulling it down.
Crystal Baumgarten says, my family in Pine Hill, New Jersey, introduced me to your page.
Aww.
I'm not sure how close that is to you.
Thank you, Pine Hill. I don't actually know where Pine Hill is.
Oh, I'm going to have to look for it on the map. And I'm going to have to pin it.
I mean, Pine Hill. Yeah, I mean, we're in Jersey, but it sounds like it might be like, you know, out by...
Whoa. Okay, shore. Look. We got Jesse Freeman says, hi.
Hi, Jesse.
From Addison, Avery, Reagan, and Mama Jess from Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Hi, guys.
I got to put them on the map. I got to pin that. We got Brandy.
Welcome.
We got Brandy Elizabeth Brown Gage from Alaska.
Awesome.
Where in Alaska? Let us know so we can pin it.
Cool. Yeah.
Maketta Dukes, first timers from Bonham, Texas. See, we like to get the West Coast and people from Texas.
Listen, you guys are all over the map, man. This is so cool.
We just like that people can join us at this hour. 8 o'clock hour is turning out to be real nice.
It does. So let's see. So we started with about 1 inch of that purple. We blended some blue underneath, brought it up, and then pulled it down. So now I have about between 2 and 3 inches here of color.
Okay.
Again, if yours is not the same, it's okay. It doesn't have to be exact, okay?
Right.
All right. I am going to rinse and dry that brush this time.
Okay.
And after you rinse and dry, I'm going to have you grab a little bit of white. So we're going to grab white.
Still using
that flat brush, yep.
Okay.
I am going to put this white right underneath our blue to start. We kind of want to start lightening up a little bit. Underneath
the blue, you're not gonna.
If it overlaps, it's okay because we're gonna blend up there anyway.
All right, so it's okay to overlap.
Yep. So white all the way across for me, right under our blue.
Hey, we got Jennifer Giordano from
Hi,
Hillsboro.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Teresa. Teresa, you're painting with Mom.
Right. See, Michelle Morris says it's spring in New Zealand. And it's fall here. First timer, Lori Anjo Perez.
Hi, Lori.
From Glendale, Arizona on the West
Cool.
Coast.
I love Arizona, man. You know what? We have to visit Arizona again. I haven't been there since I was 8 years old.
Wow. You like Arizona?
It was a very long time ago.
Yeah, see, Katrina Cobb McLaughlin says, I'm so excited to see all these first timers.
Yeah, me too.
Are too.
Thank you. All right, so after we've got some white under our blue, we're going to use that same technique. Back and forth, blend up into blue, and then we're going to pull it down. So back and forth, up into our blue, and then we're going to pull that down a bit.
Okay.
So we're blending some white up into our blue.
Still working our skyline.
Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes for our sky.
Elizabeth Trio says, want to do Golden Girls and Baby Yoda.
I'm so excited. We had 2 or 3 people mention something about Golden Girls. And then I stopped at, where did I go? I stopped at Five Below.
Uh-huh.
And when I was at Five Below, I bought lots of Golden Girl stuff.
They had Golden Girl stuff.
Yeah, listen, do you see the pins?
Below.
I think their pins are magnets.
All I saw was the pin magnets, but I was like, okay.
So I'm like, okay, we have to do Golden Girls. So, yeah, that's where that painting came from.
Wow.
So again, just back and forth. Trying to stay on the side of it and not knock it over.
Yeah, the majority of our paintings, if you look at our event page, if you look at our event list and look at our past events list, the majority of our paintings come from you, the audience. We have meet and greets. We ask. I take a list, just like I'm taking a list now, of all of the places that people are painting from so that we can paint it up on the map. This is how we do it. We work with you, and we want to do what it is that makes you happy.
There's 2 events that haven't been posted yet. One I will try and get to tonight, and that is Soft Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
We'll show
Soft Kitty. We'll show all of that later. Let's get them into...
We'll show you all of it.
Yeah, make it in the background.
All right, after our white, we're rinsing and drying that brush. Rinse and dry, and we're going to go to yellow. So yellow on that brush. Again, right underneath our white, all the way across.
I have Melanie Ferguson saying,
uh-oh,
no brown.
Uh-oh, no brown. All right, so tell you what you can do. So everything, and I have to do it myself.
Okay.
Actually, we'll do it when I get there, okay?
Okay.
We'll do it when we get to brown.
Help them in with the brown?
It's really our 3 primary colors, but it's like a certain ratio of each one. So it's always difficult to mix depending on the type of colors you have. So that's why I usually like to tell people, just grab brown.
All right, but now I have people asking for us to be even closer because of what you're doing. So now I'm just going to close in on the painting.
Go right ahead. All right, so with that yellow again, we're going to do back and forth, right to left, up into our white, blue area, and then bring it down. So I'm approaching probably 4 or 5 inches of skyline here.
Okay, 4 or 5 inches of skyline.
Yep. Up into my white, and then bringing down.
Now Michelle says, I think you guys can turn off links for your videos, and that might help. No, that doesn't help.
Links?
Just don't click on those things that you see in the comments section. You put your comments in, and I can read them. You know, and read them out if there's any issues or anything like that. But other than that, anybody suggesting credit cards or looking at this same video that we're doing, just leave them alone. Just ignore them.
You're in it, so it's kind of...
Right, you're painting with us right now, so don't even think about those people. Don't click on them.
But I'll have to check that out if we think that you can get rid of links. But if we turn off comments, then you can't comment.
Right,
so.
We need the comments.
All right, we've got our yellow in there.
Right, we're going to be zoomed in. A lot of people seem to like that better.
Good.
Got Jasper, Indiana, Marianne Perez in the
Marianne.
house. Yeah,
Awesome,
you know, if you're a first timer or if just checking in, and let us know the city you're in so that I can post it up on the board here on the map. That's going to be part of our show as we get, as we go forward. We got a lot of good new things that's going to be happening. We're want to remind you that if you can't paint with us, you can always paint later, okay? Because we post a video after every event, and we also have a past events list where you can look and see what we painted on a particular night, and you just click on that, go to the discussion and click on that. The video will be right there for you to paint with us at any time.
All right, after our yellow, I'm going to rinse and dry. And then we're going to go to, this time we're going to take a corner of paint, a corner of red and a corner of white on our brush. So just a little bit of red though. A little bit of red goes a long way in this area. So a little bit of red. And this time I'm going to overlap. So I just want to go along the bottom edge of my yellow.
Okay.
So instead of underneath it, we're going to overlap it onto the bottom edge of yellow. So again, just a tiny bit of red and a corner of white. And we'll bring that along the edge of our yellow. And then again, we're just brushing it up into our yellow and coming down a bit till it looks kind of smooth for you.
And you're doing that rapidly.
Yeah, I want to brush hard. You're kind of giving it some pressure to blend it.
Okay.
So sometimes you need to use a little bit of pressure to blend.
Awesome. Christina McCord says, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland,
Awesome.
and I'm looking forward to the Nightmare Before Christmas painting next week.
You guys.
You and everybody.
Oh my goodness, we are so blown away by your responses to that.
Yeah, that was an overwhelming response.
Super duper fun. Yeah, we honestly, I just watched the movie the other day, guys. So I didn't know nothing about it.
All right, now we got somebody from Pennsylvania, and your family's from Pennsylvania. We got Angel Mundy from Schuylkill Haven, Pennsylvania.
Schuylkill Haven, yeah.
Schuylkill Haven. Oh, see, I said Schuylkill. It's Schuylkill. They call it Schuylkill Haven,
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Okay, see.
Yeah, we have lots of family in Pennsylvania.
We got Cynthia Betts from East Orange, New Jersey.
Hi, Cynthia.
I'm familiar with East Orange, New Jersey. I'm from Jersey City, born and raised. Atco, New Jersey, first timer. Jane Babley.
Hi, Jane.
We got British Columbia, Canada, Alyssa Scrometa.
According to Wikipedia, Baton is
Echo.
a village in Delhi.
Echo, stop. We have Vista, California, Letitia Segura de Anda.
Hi, Letitia.
Jacqueline Gomez Ortiz. This is awesome. All the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So cool. Awesome, guys. All right.
Yeah, we got a nice full crowd tonight.
All right, we are going to rinse and dry, and then we're going to start with our brown. So for my friend that doesn't have brown.
Yes.
All right, I'm mixing. So I would start with a scoop of yellow and a scoop of red, and then add a little bit of blue at a time until you get kind of a brown. It may not be exactly the brown that, I've got, but it's okay. So a scoop of red, a scoop of yellow, start that together, and then add a little tiny bit of blue at a time.
Okay.
Okay. That's the brown color that I got to. So it's your 3 primary colors: red, yellow, and blue.
Red, yellow, and blue.
We'll mix.
You mix
for
them
brown.
up and until you get the shade of brown that you want.
Yep.
Okay, now we have Tiffany Prestige Peterson.
Hi, Tiffany.
Says, tonight, painting with my son using markers in Idaho Falls, Idaho.
So
and
cool.
this is exactly what we talk about.
That's right.
Okay, if you don't have a kit or you don't
All
have the
right.
proper things, whatever you have that you want to use to paint, whatever. And if you go to our past events, what we have is we have a video playing, and then we also have a slideshow of that night where the people send us pictures of their paintings. And you'll see some people use marker, some people use crayons, some people use other,
Yeah, digital painting.
They use whatever they have
right.
to paint with us. That's what the key is. The key is to use whatever you got. We do provide the kits, and we do tell you where you can get them. We have links on our website where you can go buy these things that you need to paint with us.
All right, here we go. So we're going to rinse and dry, and we're going to go to our brown. I do want to make a little bit of a darker brown. So I'm going to take a little scoop of my brown, and just a little bit of black, and kind of mix a slightly darker brown color.
Okay.
My paint's going to fall off my plate if I keep it that.
Now, the
angle.
person that you told to make the brown,
Yep. So
how would they make their brown
They'll
darker?
also add a little bit of black to it.
Okay, and that will make it darker? Just
Yeah.
a little bit of black.
A little
not
bit
too
of
much,
black.
'cause
A little
black
bit.
will just turn into black.
Yeah, black goes a long way.
Okay.
A little bit goes a long way. All right, so we want to kind of just do a line of this color right underneath our skyline.
The dark brown?
Yep. So you can use the side edge instead of the flat edge of your brush.
Yeah.
All the way across.
To make a line?
To make that. Now, anybody that paints with me knows Jen can't do a straight line from the angle, so it's going to look a little strange.
Right, it's going to look like it's going downhill. It's okay.
And that has nothing to do with the sangria, guys.
No, nothing to do with the sangria. All right. But you're not overlapping?
Nope, just kind of coming right up to the edge of that skyline. If you have to overlap it, you can.
Okay.
Grab those edges.
Get those edges with that?
Yep. And again, it's okay. It doesn't matter if it's a little wobbly, because we're going to just go back with brown and fill in. So I'm going to rinse and dry after I have that line of dark brown.
Okay. Arlene Serpico
Hi, Arlene.
from South Florida says hi.
Hi, Arlene.
Oh my goodness. We have Lourdes Augustine watching from the Philippines for the first time.
Hi, Lourdes.
What time is it there?
So cool.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We got, okay, let's see if I can say this. Courtney Courtney Zalajewski. From Weirton, West Virginia.
Cool.
Zalajewski.
Welcome.
Zalajewski. That was the best I could do. I promise I'll work with that again. I want to write that name down.
Alright, I'm rinsing and drying. I'm going to get that black off of my brush. And then I'm just going to go to my brown.
Okay.
Alright, so right underneath it, we're going to just start back and forth, right to left, horizontal brush strokes. We're going to blend into that darker color that we have, and that's okay.
Yeah, Arlene says, forgive this, but we'll have to do this in watercolor.
It's okay.
Well, it's okay. This is what we're talking about.
That's right. Yeah, you can do it whatever medium you want to.
Exactly.
People ask me if I do oils, and I do not. But I would love to see other people that have done it in oils.
Right, because what we're going to do at the end of the night, once you're done painting with us, we're going to ask you to take a picture of your painting and send it to us, and we're going to put it in a slideshow right here on this page. And that's where we get the payoff from you guys.
Yeah.
Seeing all your paintings and just knowing that you had a good time, that you enjoyed it, that you're proud to take a picture and send it to us, because we're going to put it out there. People are going to come to our page and look at your paintings. That's what they do.
All right, I'm bringing that brown down about an inch. Maybe a little more than an inch. It's okay.
Now, Roxy says, sorry, what colors did she just mix?
So the line along the top edge is just a little bit of black with our brown.
Right.
So I just started with that line, and once you get kind of that horizon line across, rinse and dry, and then you're just going to go to your whatever brown you have, straight brown. I think I have burnt umber or burnt sienna. And then just kind of use those horizontal brush strokes all the way across. Give me about an inch to an inch and a half there.
Denise Lowe says, do we paint orange or smear red with yellow?
We'll mix when we get to the orange, yes.
Okay.
Oh, we're up here?
Yeah, I think it was
up here. So, yeah, it was yellow, and then I grabbed a tiny bit of red and a corner of brown. Oh, my gosh.
Corner of white and a corner of red?
Right, thank you. And then brought that under my yellow and blended it into my yellow.
Okay. That's what I'm here for.
Good thing. Phew. Again, it's not the sangria, I promise.
Okay, we're going to start. If it happens again, we're going to have to start thinking it's the sangria.
All right. So once we have that inch and a half on there, I'm sticking with that brush. We don't need to rinse and dry.
Okay.
I just want to take now a corner of brown and a corner of yellow.
Okay. Don't worry, they can't see your face because I'm zoomed in right now.
So corner of brown, corner of yellow.
Now, Angel Monday says,
Hi,
I'm
Angel.
painting with my son with pastels and watercolors.
That's right. That's awesome.
And Heather Nicole Rexford says, I'm here, I'm late, I'm ready.
Hi, Heather.
You just do what you can to catch up. I'll have her repeat it if we can. And if you're too far behind, don't worry, the video will be posted right after this is over. You can paint it anytime after that.
So just going to keep going with those horizontal brush strokes. So I want to continue with lightening this as we come down.
Okay, you want to lighten it as it goes
right.
down.
So I want to keep adding more yellow and then a little bit of brown at a time. So more yellow and a little bit of brown.
Well, where did you get that yellow and brown from?
Corner of yellow, corner of brown.
Oh, okay. On the same brush.
Same brush, yep. Corner
you didn't
yellow.
rinse your brush?
Nope, we don't have to rinse.
Okay, so you just put in a corner of yellow and a corner of brown.
Yep.
Make sure you get those edges, and you're going to just
edges.
keep going down.
Yep. So as I get down further, I want to just kind of add more yellow, less brown. That's all.
Okay, as you're going down, more yellow,
Right.
less brown.
Correct.
More yellow on one corner and less brown on the other
right.
corner.
So we're starting to lighten it up as we move down.
Corner of your brush.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Melissa Royal says, will you be doing a Starry Night one day?
You know, gosh, I would love to. I'm trying to be a little more unique than all the other paint things out there.
Right.
I would like to. I'll have to try and find something that we can make it into like a Starry Night type thing. Like we could sort of do that with this lamppost one. It's kind of similar, but yeah, I know what you mean. I love them. We're just trying to be a little bit unique in that respect. That's all.
Well, we'll see what we can come up with.
All right, yellow and a little bit of brown. Just kind of keep going. I'm going to keep moving that all the way down our canvas.
Yeah, Heather Rexford is from Lawrence, South Carolina.
Hi.
Colleen Dewis, South
Hi,
Jersey,
Colleen.
first timer.
Welcome.
Now, Sherry Sanderson says, I have a light brown. How to make it darker? A little teeny bit of black.
Teeny bit of black at a time.
Not a lot, because black will make it black. So teeny bit of black at a time.
Just a little, and it'll work.
Caitlin Wilson, two new timers here,
Hi.
all the way on the east coast of Canada.
Awesome.
If you give us the city name, we'll put it up on the map.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger Canada map.
No, Canada map.
It doesn't have like all the cities.
further up north.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't have like all.
No,
the
it doesn't
cities.
have all the cities, but
Yeah.
But we do
We make
very
it
well.
work.
We
I
do
know.
very well looking it up on Google and figuring out where it is.
Yeah, you guys are challenging us with geography. I was terrible at that in school.
Yeah, I'm good at geography. I was good in school with geography. All right, we got Cena Tyree,
Hi,
first
Cena.
time from Manchester, Tennessee.
Welcome. Yeah, so we're just continuing with that A little bit of brown and yellow. And we're going to fill that in all the way down.
Right, but always putting a little bit more yellow than brown.
Yeah.
Because you want to lighten it as you go down.
Yep.
Yeah, slow down. Let them see the yellow that you're putting out there so that they understand how much yellow you're putting out there so you can lighten it. Okay, we have Brandy and Jen, special ed teachers from Minneapolis, Minnesota, painting with us.
Thank you guys for the work that you do.
Yes.
I especially, appreciate teachers like you. Aiden is on the spectrum. Aiden has the most amazing teacher and support services in school ever. I'm so grateful for teachers like you guys that, you know, are there to help and want to help and understand.
And Aiden does very, very well in school.
Yeah, he does.
We have Rose Sakai, first timer from Hawaii.
Hi, Hawaii.
Where? Give us the city in Hawaii, or the island in Hawaii,
nice.
So I can pin it. Because it's a lot.
Listen, we're just pinning stuff on our map because I need to make some new vacation spots. That's
Abby Shank
Hi,
Okarowski says, hey, Mr. Commentator, y'all funny as Thanks for a fun night. Shout out to Ohio.
Hi, Ohio.
Now, I won't say that word, which happens to be my very most favorite word in the world.
Goodness.
But I will not say that on here because this is a family show. But it is my favorite word in the world. So, Abby, you got a special place in my heart. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, Gloria Saindon.
Hi, Gloria.
First time from center of Canada.
Cool.
Center of Canada. So I'll just put a pin in the center part of Canada that we have on our map.
I love it.
Yeah. It's just a lot of fun painting with you guys.
It
really is. I mean, we have fun going out, okay? Mimosas and Masterpieces is a traveling paint and sip experience. We were good at that and having fun with people doing that, okay? And then when we got put in the house and regulated to staying in the house and all our events were canceled. And then we just decided, well, let's just have some fun and paint and see who joins us that night. And a lot of you guys joined us that night and knocked her socks off. And then she said, well, let's do another. You could look all of this up right here on this page. All you got to do is scroll down to the events, go down to past events, scroll down to the very first event, started in March, and you'll see us on there painting and going, wow, you know, it's a lot of you guys here tonight. We're going to paint with you. And the rest is history. And now we're trying to make it better. We've expanded it. We've got more people joining us every week.
Yeah,
we're making kits for you guys now so that you can join us and paint with us.
Kits, guys.
I mean,
holy moly.
we're down here making kits by hand, okay? It's only 3 of us here in this house.
2.5.
2.5. Jennifer does most of everything.
Yeah. I'm painting with you.
She's
I'm printing your
kits.
labels. I'm making your kits. I'm responding to your inquiries. It's me. It's just me.
And she goes to work on her regular everyday job. And she's got a son that she's got to help and work with all the time, every day. It's a lot.
So this is a well-deserved drink.
Of course it is.
All right.
Yeah, and what do we get? How do we self-care? We come on here and we paint and we hope that we make everybody happy and make people feel good about themselves, painting something the way they want to paint it.
For those of you that are kind of at this stage, and I'm not rushing anybody,
right?
The next step is going to be to rinse and dry, and then you're going to grab some white, and I want you to blend some white in while it's still wet, right? So
that'll lighten it up,
right? So we're just going to grab some white and then kind of start blending in some of that white, just to lighten it up in a couple of areas.
Got Jacqueline Perez saying hi.
Hi,
I'm painting with my daughter Annabella for the first time.
Hi,
and we're having so much fun. Thank you.
Aw, welcome. We love having new friends with us.
Yes.
We always say, so we open our studio, it's just in our little home basement, it's becoming smaller by the day with all the kits that I'm packing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had several people here, and they've been strangers. We always say you come as a guest and you leave as a friend. And throughout this experience over the last few months, we've gained so many friends all over the world, and I'm just so grateful and thankful for all of you. We do this really for you. I didn't realize how much everybody needed it, and including myself. When we did that very first free night, I walked away from my phone for a couple of hours to sit in the tub with Aiden, or the hot tub with Aiden, and came back to my phone and saw all the messages, and people were tipping us, and I just handed the phone to Mark and cried. And so I was like, okay, this is what we need to do. We were able to, in just a few short hours, touch that many people and bring smiles to that many people. This just goes with my principle of always paying it forward whenever I can. Mm-hmm. So, this has become more than my life. We would love to, at some point in the near future, hopefully make this the full-time, the only time job. That full-time job gets in the way sometimes.
Well, that will be because of you people.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so if that happens, that's because you people love to paint, and you love to join us to paint with us, and we love doing it for you. So that's what we're moving forward to, because so far, every time we've put something up to paint, you guys show up, and you paint, and you send us the pictures, and you show us that you enjoy it. As long as you enjoy it, then we'll enjoy it. Sherry says, you're so fast, I'm like a step behind.
It's okay. We're not rushing. I kind of get through that, and then we're going to let it dry for a few minutes.
Right, and as you're letting it dry, can you just go over really quickly what you did as far as lightening the brown? You started at a darker at the top.
Yep.
And so as you move down.
So, we started with our top line, our horizon line, which was a scoop of our brown with a little tiny bit of black. And just kind of mix that a bit to make this darker right at the top. Mm-hmm. Once you have that darker at the top, then you're going to rinse and dry, and then just go to brown. So I brought brown down about an inch to maybe 2 inches here.
Right.
And then I began grabbing a corner of yellow and a corner of brown, adding more yellow as we come down so that it lightens as it comes closer to you.
Right.
So the foreground is closer and lighter, the background is farther and darker.
And then you add white.
And then, after we've gotten our bottom covered with brown and yellow, I went back with some white, and I just kind of added some brush strokes of white and blended those in until I'm happy with it. We just wanted a couple of light spots in there.
Now, Sabrina Brenthour says, can you try a Harry Potter one night?
Hi, Sabrina. We will
We've
definitely.
Done a Harry Potter. We did a Harry Potter.
I know, but you know what? It was like so early on. I feel like that so many people have been asking for Harry Potter again. So we'll get there. It's definitely on the list. It's a long list. It's on the list.
And if you, I don't know where you could find it here on this page, but if you scroll through the page, we should have some Harry Potter pictures when we did a Harry Potter live event. Remember when we did the Harry Potter?
Yes, I know. They're in there somewhere. That was over a year ago.
Right. That's when we were doing our regular.
Yeah. When I like to do an event especially in person, I like to make it fun and different and unique and plan an event and spoil people, and that's why I like to do giveaways and prizes, and that's why I like to do things like that.
We had a Harry Potter night.
It was amazing. So while this is drying, let's give you the next couple of upcoming events.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't read off no events.
So if you want to zoom out just for a moment to show those couple of things that are coming up.
Absolutely, while everybody's finishing up.
Yep.
And then we'll zoom back in.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get my fingers right here.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. I don't want to drop it.
Yeah, no dropping, no reversing.
I don't want them to see me. Yeah, they don't want them to see me. Okay, that's pretty good. I got everything.
Cool. All right. So everything's up here, I think.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, everybody, especially for people who are joining us for the first time, like Jacqueline Perez in California with her daughter Annabella. Okay, we're doing the pumpkin patch right now. The next thing we got coming up is Saturday, October 3rd. We're doing Santa Yoda, Santa Baby Yoda. Right up there on the right-hand side, right next to the logo. Okay? That's going to be at 8 p.m. So Saturday night, we're going to be doing Baby Yoda dressed up as Santa.
I have sorry. I like giveaways, so we have like some really fun like little prizes and giveaways. Hi.
Oh yeah, we got prizes and giveaways for that
I have
night.
Yoda stuff. Oh my gosh.
You got Yoda stuff to
And
give away that night?
I do.
Okay, that's awesome. That's gonna be this Saturday night. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay, now Thursday night seems to be the best night for everybody to join us. So you first timers and our regular, our normal audience that we get all the time, they already know. Next week is a big night. Okay, it's Nightmare Before Christmas night.
Woohoo.
Okay, 8 p.m.
Down there
October 8th. All you see it right there in the lower right hand corner.
I was gonna say it's down in the bottom, but it's there next to Jack and Sally.
You see it. They see it. People have been clamoring. Okay,
I had no idea.
Ready.
I had no idea.
It was their idea, and next thing you know, when she made the painting and she posted it, everybody, it's just been an overwhelming response.
It was funny. The very first, I usually post a painting and say paint or pass. And when I posted it, the very first person said pass, and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a Nightmare Before Christmas fan. Then again, I mean, I hadn't watched it, but I'm just not a Tim Burton fan for that kind of thing. And then about 1,000 replies after were like paint. So
yeah,
you guys have hit and shared and liked and commented. That has reached over 5 million people at this point. So we're just totally
knocked
blown
out.
away.
We've been making kit after kit after kit after kit after kit after kit and sending it out.
I think we have sent over 300 kits out just for that one. So we know there's a lot of you joining us.
Yeah. Okay, now look, it's going to be a busy week. Right after we do the Nightmare Before Christmas, that's Saturday night, October 10th, we're doing Beauty and the Beast. Right there, right above the Nightmare Before Christmas painting. You see it right below Baby Santa Yoda. Okay, so we're doing that Saturday night, 8 p.m. All of these are right here on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay, if you don't have a kit and you can't get a kit now, it's sort of late. You can still order the kit, but then you'd have to paint by watching the video. Okay? Or get your own supplies, or order your own supplies if you can, and join us for those 2 nights.
Yep.
Okay? And then after all of that, Tuesday night, 8 p.m., October 13th, we're having another meet and greet on Zoom.
I'm like, what was that?
That's important.
Yes.
Okay, because that's when we get feedback from you guys. That's when we get answers about what should we be thinking about to make for the next coming events. Going into next year.
We want to,
we want your ideas. Okay, we already have a long list of things that people have suggested that we paint.
We like to hear repeated things, of course. Bananas is not something that I probably will paint, even though it's been suggested.
Right.
But so definitely your feedback's important. For the Zoom, we ask you to go to our website to sign up to get the link. Right. This way, again, when we do giveaways, I can just grab your names, because there will be at least 2 giveaways for our Zoom night. I can just grab your names and put them on the wheel instead of trying to take them out. Okay. So that link will not be posted on Facebook. Go right to our website, mimosasmasterpieces.com. Click sign up for the Zoom. It's a penny, but there's a promo code that will get rid of the penny, just so that you can sign up to join with us.
Okay. Now Susan Burgett says we can still barely hear you. I suggest that you go out and come back in.
I don't know why, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Because we checked our side. Our microphones is right over her head and right over here by me, and yeah, you're the only one saying that you can't hear. So check your levels or go back out and come back in. All right. Let me see. Was there anything else? I got up to October 13th at 8 p.m.
Yeah, we've got a big lineup on this side.
Yeah, for the month of October.
Yeah, so then I think the next one in October is the Soft Kitty. No?
Yes, we have October 29th at 8 p.m. That's another Thursday night. Right. Thursday night is the favorite night.
But it's also National Cat Day, so how perfect, right?
National Cat Day, and lots of people love the Big Bang Theory. So there's your Soft Kitty right there.
That's it. All right, let's get back to some painting.
Okay.
I think we should be good now. Even if it's not completely dry, it's okay. It doesn't have to be completely dry. All right, so the first thing you're going to decide, is if you would like a wagon in your painting or not. Because we're gonna paint the wagon first. So,
okay.
Whoops.
You're going to paint the wagon first?
Come on. Yep. Let go. All right. So, and if you don't want the wagon, we'll show you how to do those pumpkins in the foreground. So I'm going to show you how to do a wagon first. All right. So we're going to go to our medium round brush.
Medium round brush now.
Yep, medium round brush.
Again, everyone who's putting in comments in the comments section, it's fine to put comments in there. I'll be reading them off. Let us know where you're from, all of that. But
absolutely.
do not, I repeat, do not click on this clickbait stuff from Jamil Sack or anyone that says they got to watch free virtual pumpkin patch painting live stream.
You're watching now.
Okay,
so.
from Rentry.co.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't touch on that. Don't even click on it. Don't even entertain it.
All right, you can re-zoom for us so that they can see.
All right, we're going to go back to the Zoom.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, Sarah Burrows says, I love the leg lamp.
Leg lamp hasn't been posted yet, but it
But will be.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to...
That's right.
Hold on, let me get my fingers right here. Here we go. I got big fingers and it's hard, the little phone you got.
Sorry.
It's all right. Okay, that's zoomed in.
All right. Okay, so you can decide where you want your wagon. It could be up here in the field. It can be closer down here toward the bottom of your painting. So you can put your wagon wherever you'd like.
Okay.
All right. I would so keep in mind the farther away that it is, the smaller it's going to be. So the closer it is, the bigger it's going to be.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to just go to red to start. So let's start with a long rectangle. So I'm going to do about maybe an inch down, an inch vertical, and then we'll do about maybe 4 inches wide.
Rachel Abelseth says, I'm here with my daughter for the first time and we are having a blast.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, daughter.
Yep, this is what we have. We like to have blasts.
So as I come around the bottom, I'm going to start to round off those edges on the bottom.
You're going to round off the bottom
Round
edges?
them off. And then we'll just fill that in with red.
Okay, I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see if I can do it.
So my red is a little bit transparent. And that's okay. Sometimes I just like to mix a tiny bit of yellow with that or a little bit of brown just to kind of darken it up a little.
Okay.
So I'm going to mix a little bit of red and a little bit of brown just to darken that red so you can see it and you're not like kind of seeing through it. Just depends on the type of red you have. Some people have crimson and crimson will cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
Roxy Gas says, where is the link to the tip jar?
Hi, Roxy. We'll post it. It's in the video actually. It's kind of in the comment of the video. But I'll also post it at the end. If you want to go to mimosasmasterpieces.com, there is a tab that says virtual tip jar or tip jar, something like that.
Okay.
And you can do that too. Thank you so much. All right. So we are just kind of making that long rectangle and rounding those corners a bit on the edges.
Alexandria Monique Clark says, oh my God, I love the one you put down. Our whole party did.
This one?
I think that's the one.
Okay. Shall we swap?
Are you going to swap it?
It's okay. No.
I hope I'm right.
No problem.
Sabrina Edwards says, I'm from Givens, South Carolina.
Cool.
Good. See, now I can pin that. What size brush should we use, Melody Reed?
I'm using that medium round brush.
Oh,
so
okay.
I switch to that medium round brush.
All right.
Okay. And then after you have that rectangle on there, we're just going to kind of pull out a little bit on each side at the top. So just a little overhang for that top edge, that top lip.
Terry Carson said, did you start at 8 Central Time? No.
8
We're here in New
Eastern.
Jersey.
Sorry.
We're here in southbound Brook, New Jersey. We're going to always start at Eastern Daylight Time.
Well, I mean, we'll start sometimes at 7, sometimes at 8. So,
Right.
But it should, if you're on Facebook, it should automatically change your time on your event, just so you know.
Right, but keep in mind that we're on the East Coast and we started at 8 o'clock on a Thursday because we figured that would give other people in other parts of the country at least a chance to paint with us, like on the West Coast, because it's still pretty early out there.
Yeah.
You know, we you know, I've been talking to Jennifer about doing a later.
We
you know,
will.
And we will. So
Hey,
the
we
people
have
on the West Coast and other parts of the
We
world.
now have a booking for the middle school in San Jose, California.
Right, we have
to
a
do a whole school event.
Right, we're going to do a whole
Zoom.
school event.
And that's at 9 o'clock at night, our time, 6 o'clock their time. So
yeah,
that's exactly what will happen.
But that's what I've been trying to get her to do, just so the people on the West Coast could paint with us.
Okay. After we've got our wagon base, we're going to give that a minute to dry. So we're going to start painting our pumpkins.
Okay. Now, before you get started, I just want to give a birthday shout out.
Oh, okay.
Rachel Abelseff says, this is an early birthday present from my daughter Elizabeth.
Oh, happy birthday, Elizabeth.
And we are from Greenville, Tennessee.
Aw, awesome.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
All right, so let's get started on our pumpkins. So this is where you'll determine, do you want your pumpkins up in the front? Do you just want your wagon? Do you just want a pumpkin patch? I'm going to do, just like this one, I'll do some in the foreground so you can see what those ones in the foreground look like. We'll start with those and then we'll work our way back into the pumpkin patch. Okay. So let's make some orange.
All right.
Okay. So, I know, if you have another plate, you can use another plate if you need to.
I'm going to... a mess, huh?
Well, you know.
It happens.
It does. So I'm going to take a good amount of yellow and I'm going to take a scoop of red and we'll mix to make some orange.
Okay. A little yellow and a scoop of red.
More yellow than red.
More yellow than red.
Yeah, more yellow than red.
Until you get the shade of orange that you like for your pumpkins.
Yeah.
Now we got Rebecca Jordan.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello, from Okemos, Michigan.
Oh.
We are having a Bubble Ladies night and having fun. Thanks so much.
A Bubble Ladies? What's a Bubble Ladies?
I have no idea. That's why I read it off.
That sounds interesting and fun. Bubble Ladies.
Yeah, see, Alexandria Clark says, California, thank you.
Aww.
Coming on late.
We're trying.
Yeah, I'm going to get it on later. Don't worry.
I feel like we'll lose probably the East Coast will be like, what? Why are they going on at 11 o'clock at night?
No, yeah, they will. No, they'll say, we know why.
We know why. All right. So I've got some orange mixed here. I'm going to rinse and dry and get kind of all that stuff off of my brush.
The orange off of your brush? Jolyn, that Thrasher says, can you show us what sangria you're drinking?
Yeah, because it's pretty strong, guys. I got to say. Phew.
Are you okay?
I'm good. It's Capriccio sangria. It's like pre-bottled.
Let me see. You got that in the picture? I can't see it. Okay, yeah, I see it now.
Capriccio.
Is there supposed to be sound? Yes, there's supposed to be sound.
That would help.
Well, Stacy Aubrey Keel is going, is there supposed to be sound?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You may have to type it, yes. Because she can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm going to type it. I clicked on like.
Okay.
Yes, somebody's telling her. Yes, there is audio.
Sound. Thank you, guys. Yeah, feel free to jump in if you guys want to. We appreciate that, too. Especially next Thursday. Anybody that wants to jump in on next Thursday and comment for us, that would be great, too. All right, so we've got our orange. Let's start with a pumpkin in the front and the foreground. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to make a heart. So we're going to start with doing a curve, coming down this way. I'm going to add white to mine so you can see it.
Still using the medium brush?
Still using that medium brush. I'm just lightening up my orange so you can see it because I know it's kind of blending.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Maybe that helps. All right, starting with kind of doing a big curve like I'm going to do a heart.
Okay.
And then I'll come back over like I'm going to do the other side of the heart.
Melissa Weimer says, this is an early birthday present for me.
Aww.
Mine is Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. This is awesome.
And then we're just going to continue filling in our pumpkins. But we're going to continue by using those curved shapes. So let your brush strokes follow the shape of the object and it will help shape the object and make it look like the object, like the dimension.
Ah, okay. Those curved lines.
Yep, follow those curved lines down.
I got you zoomed in.
Good.
You're making it in the corner of a big pumpkin.
Yeah, we're doing a nice big pumpkin right here.
Jennifer Bott says, our 13th wedding anniversary is on the 11th.
Happy anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Aw.
See, you know when people...
Ours is the 10th. No,
See?
wait. Ours is the 11th too.
That's right. It is 10, 11, 12.
That's right.
So wow.
Aw.
So we have something special,
We
Jennifer.
have an anniversary.
And her name is Jennifer.
Oh man, see, there's just something about Jennifer's. What can we say?
Yeah, something about Jennifer.
All right.
Awesome.
Man, it's our anniversary. I didn't think about anything for you yet, honey. Sorry.
Oh, baby, we've been busy trying to rock this
You got a new
business
computer.
that we're doing. I got a computer. I'm trying to get videos ready so we can put them on YouTube and make our videos more entertaining. And we got so many things we're working on. It's like, okay.
Thanks, Jennifer, for that.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'm going to come over here and do another one over here. If you happen to not do the wagon, you can go ahead and make another big one right in the center if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and start another pumpkin over here. Just like I'm going to start a big heart.
Oh, see? Stacia says,
Hi, Stacia.
yeah, she had the problem with the
volume.
With the volume. She said it would have helped if I had my earbud.
Earbuds.
If I had it unplugged.
That's funny.
Okay, Sherry Sanderson says, start over with the pumpkin colors, please.
Pumpkin colors. We're going to take a nice big scoop of yellow and a scoop of red, and you're going to mix. I lightened my orange up a little bit with some white just so that you could see it more.
Okay. Okay, Sherry Sanderson says October 8th, the anniversary.
Yay.
7 years.
Awesome. Happy anniversary, guys.
Yeah, everybody likes to have things happen in the fall, huh? The
Yeah, we
beginning
do.
of the fall.
Because it's too hot to have a wedding outdoors. That's for darn sure. We don't want to be outside. We don't want to be in a dress. We don't want to have anything happening when it's sticky and hot.
Uh-oh, I think you touched a nerve.
Sorry.
Emily R. Pearl says, how long have you been doing videos? We started in March?
Yeah, the video started in March, but Mimosas and Masterpieces has been, actually it'll be our 5-year anniversary for this as well in October, so.
Oh, hold on. Somebody says they can't see the pumpkin. And Kaylin Caroselli, will you keep this video so we can go back? Yes.
It'll be up.
We keep every video. We make sure that we post it on our page so you can do it later or do it anytime. Hold on.
Maybe it's the glare.
No, she says that can't see the pumpkin, so I zoom out a little bit. So I'll zoom out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I think that'll work.
Maybe they're trying to see this one too.
Wait now. Right, they said it would be up for a little bit on Facebook.
Yep.
And then it will move to their website.
That's
where
right.
you can watch it for a small fee. Right.
You got it.
And then eventually it'll be on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
For free. But that's like months down the line. But,
Yeah.
But if you once it's off of Facebook, then yes, it goes to the website and it pays. How much do they pay for
On our website, we just do $5.
Just $5 just to paint it. Okay.
Okay, so we've got 2 pumpkins on there. The next ones we're going to start with are, we're going to do the little guys in the back. So we're going to give these a moment to dry. And let's go to, we're going to stick with that orange color. And again, it's everybody's orange is going to be a little bit different. You can make yours a little darker, a little lighter.
Taylor Miller is saying my orange is thin. Any tips?
If it's too, so mine was kind of light too. You can add a tiny bit of your brown to it to kind of darken it up and not make it as pink maybe, which is what I'm happening.
And thank you, Cassandra, Lena Dawn, trying. She's add a darker color, more red or brown.
Yep, there you go. Thank you. All
we
right.
really, really encourage our viewers to help out when you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now we get so many people. I'm reading all the comments as fast as I can, and they're coming in so fast. And then you got the clickbait guys that are putting the crap
Pain in
up
the
here.
butts.
So it's hard to navigate through it. But we're working on that too. So we're gonna get all of that straightened out.
All right. You know what? I think I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to switch gears. I want to do kind of the vines first, and then we'll go back to the pumpkins. It's easier to do that first. So we're going to rinse and dry.
You're going to rinse and dry?
Yeah. I'm going to, after we get those 2 big pumpkins, or if you're doing pumpkins in your foreground, we're going to rinse and dry for a minute. Sorry. I want to do the vines first. Okay. So for the vines, I am going to switch to the tinier brush. So whatever your smaller brush is. What are you cracking up about over there?
Because Connie Ruddick says, I'm not even painting tonight, and I can't shut this off. You guys are awesome. My first painting with you will be Saturday.
Yay!
I have to add to my already filled walls from over the last few years.
Aww.
Yeah, that's what we're doing to people. They have their walls filled up with our paintings.
We've been finally able to donate, so we've been donating our paintings to...
Yeah, that's how we've been getting our paintings out of the house.
I still need the contact information for the Children's Hospital for all of the kids' paintings to get rid of those. But we've been donating the other paintings, because they're turned out to be like hundreds at this point now, to like a nursing home facility or hospice care facility. And that just makes me happy that they're out of my home and they're being used and liked by others. and
some of our viewers have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And have let us know. If you ever take your paintings and they start piling up and you do that, please let us know that you're doing it.
Okay.
What size brush are you using? Kristen Jacobs.
Very good. I switched to that tinier brush.
The tinier brush?
So I was using this one. I moved to the smaller one.
Okay, so now you're going to use the smaller detail brush.
Right. I'm going to go to a little bit of black.
I'm sorry, but Shelly Arnold says, can we see the picture of the one without the wagon? The one and all 3 pumpkins up front? Ta-da. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, they need to see that one.
I'll bring that one back up, guys, I promise.
All right, we'll bring it back up.
All right, so with that black, let's start making some vines. So I want to come down about halfway with my vine. So if I have in this darker area of the brown, we're going to start with our brush let's start in the center, and then we can work our way out. So I want you to pretend like you're doing almost like figure 8s. Hold the brush from the back of the handle. I want loose grip on this, free lines, like, you know, pretend. If you don't feel like you're an artist, pretend you're an artist and you know exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we're just kind of wiggling the brush on the canvas.
Oh, could you do it wiggling slowly so they could get an idea of how you're doing this? You're going to make little wiggly squigglies?
We're basically scribbling with our paintbrush on the canvas.
So either way you scribble is going to be okay.
Right.
That's because these are vines, right?
Correct.
And they grow all kinds of weird, crazy ways.
Okay, so after I do the one in the center, I'm going to move over maybe 1 inch, 2 inches, and do one on the left.
Can you do it slow so they can see how your hand moves?
It's hard to do it slow.
All right, then do it fast so you can see.
And then we're going to do one on the right. Again, we're kind of just scribbling with our brush.
You see how you did that?
Scribbling with our brush on the canvas.
I'm
only bringing it down maybe 2 inches.
Everybody's saying what color?
I'm black. This is black.
You're using black?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in all the way where they're going to only see your hand.
Okay. Just for a second.
Here we go. Lift it up.
So I'm just kind of moving out maybe 2 inches or 1 inch in between each set of these vines, and again holding it back from the back end of your paintbrush, loose grip. We're just kind of scribbling on the canvas with our paintbrush.
I'm trying to get this right. Okay, I think I got it good.
All right, we'll do 2 more over here.
I don't want to get people dizzy.
Yeah. So again, we're just kind of wiggling the brush on the canvas. We're just scribbling with paint.
Oh,
right.
Katrina Cobb McLaughlin says, I have to go to bed early morning tomorrow.
Aww.
Thanks for everything.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Yes, the video will be posted. You can come back and pick up where you left off. See it tomorrow.
Yep.
Is this green or black?
Black for now.
It's black for now.
Yep. And then we will make green for the next part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I zoomed in so they could see these squiggly hieroglyphics that you put up on. It looks like code.
Well, if it is, I don't know what I'm doing, so.
Emily Pearl says, how long have y'all been painting? How long have you been painting,
I was
Jennifer?
gonna
I
say,
don't paint.
Mark doesn't paint. Mark paints the walls when I ask him to, but that's about it.
That's about it. No. Roller paint, you know.
I have been painting since I was little, since I was a kid. I graduated with art honors from high school. I was part of the National Honor Society. It's always been a passion of mine, but like certain passions, they come and go. So I had put it down and let it go for several years, and then Mark came along.
That's what I do. I don't paint,
and then
but I inspire. I'm an artist. I like acting and filmmaking, and I've been acting since I was 16 years old. But I like to inspire other people and get them motivated to do things that they're good at. And once I knew she could paint, I said, why aren't you painting? And she looked at me like she didn't have an answer.
I didn't.
I said, you should paint.
I don't think I had the, I didn't have the support. I didn't have the encouragement. I think it was, it took a lot to, you know, it's like therapy session now, guys. Like, I needed that confidence again, that someone said, wow, you're good at this. And I had forgotten that and not heard that for many, many years.
And then she started hearing it all the time, even like now, today.
All right. I am going to mix some green. So we did a scoop of blue, scoop of yellow for some green.
Scoop of blue and a scoop of yellow for some green.
So you're going to rinse from your black and then mix a scoop of blue, scoop of yellow for some green.
Okay.
So here's my green.
Now, Lisa Folding says, can we have a bathroom break?
Sure.
If you want a bathroom break, you go ahead and take your break. We're going to keep painting and doing what we do
it's
here.
All right. No, we'll give it a minute.
If you need us to repeat the steps, we can repeat the steps for you.
Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
People normally don't even tell us that they're taking a bathroom break.
But that's true, though. That's the second or third time that I've heard somebody say that. So we'll give them a minute. Yeah.
I remember when we do Zoom, and I could see the people.
And they're leaving.
And I see
they're
people
like, bye.
leaving, and I'm like, okay, well, where are they going? We're in the middle of painting. They're going to the bathroom break. Or they're going to get something to drink or something to eat.
Go refill, guys. Go refill. All right, we'll show you the next, like, 2 or 3 paintings. How's that?
That's cool.
That's coming up. All right, so we did Soft Kitty.
Sabrina Bethauer says, I also act and paint sets. Yeah, see, I do all of that stuff. Okay, I've been an assistant director. I've been stage manager. I'm a full spectrum actor. Okay, I know everything as I possibly can get my hands on and learn as far as the filmmaking process, the stage process. So that's what I help Jennifer with. Okay, and how to handle an audience, how to deal with people, how to connect with them. Okay, and basically that's what I do with her. I help create the set, or monitor how things are going. I'm working on the videos right now as we speak, because Emily Pearl says, what about making videos? Yes.
Yep,
we're going to fix and make all of these videos that we make here are being recorded, and then I'm going to enhance them and put them on YouTube.
Personally, I prefer the interaction than just recording. I don't know.
Well, we've realized that people like to paint so much, and that those people that have never joined us or didn't know that we existed might still want to paint these paintings that we've done in the past, like the Moonlight Kitties and the Gnome, and all of them that you can find on the past events here on this page. You see the Gnome and you see the Moonlight Kitties, you'll want to paint them, okay? So it's just putting the video up on YouTube so people can go at any time when you need to paint or you need some special self-care time.
That's right.
Just click on one of our videos. If we're not on live, then click on one of our videos. You can still paint and still relax and enjoy yourself.
That's right. All right, I'll repeat if we have to.
All right, because look, see now it's getting contagious. See, Tammy Schutz says, a 10-minute break? I'm diabetic and I need to make a snack.
Go get a snack. Go get a snack, girl. Oh my gosh, you guys are
all right,
so
Patsy Bear says, how to make green.
Green.
So you can explain that right now real quick while she makes something to eat.
I'm grabbing a scoop of my blue and took a scoop of my yellow, and we mixed for green.
Okay.
Okay. I'm still using that tiny brush.
And Sherry Sanderson says the vine squigglers are black, yes?
I started with black, and now we're going to go to green.
Oh, okay. So you're going to make squigglers that are green.
Now I'm going to go into green.
You're still making squigglers.
Still making squigglers, yes.
Yeah, I like that. She just coined a name.
Squigglers.
Vine squigglers.
I'm going to rinse and dry to get that back to a point a little bit. You guys are so funny.
Yeah. Jennifer Giordano's is like, she was on Zoom with us, and she's like, I have to remember you can see us.
Yeah.
I get up to pee a lot. I get up to pee a lot. That's the other thing. People are getting up. I see them when we are on Zoom. They're getting up. I'm like, okay, they just got up in the middle of us. I don't know why they're getting up. But, oh, they back now. Okay.
I mean, it's funny to watch, to do Zoom with kids, and I think some of the things we've seen with kids' parties is just really funny.
Yeah,
I think the kids are like, it's just funny.
The kids are amazing.
They're like making fun of their mom if their mom's behind them, so pay attention to your kids.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so cute though.
No. Then there's the kids that it's time to go to bed.
Oh,
Or they
yeah.
want to be tucked in.
Hey,
I seen one kid just got in front of the camera and just stood right in front of it. I was just seeing a mad face from those little kids, my arms folded. Are you gonna tuck me in or not, Mom?
All right, so these green squigglers, we're gonna bring those down. I'm gonna bring them down a little bit further. Now we have to paint some pumpkins in here, so I left some room and brought this one down a little bit farther.
Yes, Jacqueline Perez says, how about the wheels? Are we going to do the wheels?
We will. We'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't rush it, Jacqueline.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So we have our black and green squigglers for our pumpkins. Squigglers. So cute.
Yeah, see, Lorene Yee says, the one who is talking in the background. Can you show yourself? No, I cannot show myself. I am Mark. I am Jennifer's man. I stay with her and support her and
oh my
do
gosh.
everything, but I do not take the
You
thunder
guys,
or the shine from
so
her
funny.
star. She's the star of the show.
You're hilarious.
I'm just a sidekick.
You guys, too much. Okay, so we brought our squigglers down with green.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to grab brown next. Let's do our stems on our pumpkins.
Lorene says, come on. That's what everybody says.
You're going to have to come to the meet and greet. Meet and greet.
That's when you'll get to see me.
All right, so after your green, actually, while you still have your green, if you want to, you can do your squigglers on your pumpkins down here.
Oh, yeah, you forgot about those.
Well, it could be done in either stage. It doesn't matter.
All right.
But so some green in our green squigglers on our pumpkins down here.
Emily says, how long have you been making videos?
Yep,
Videos
since
from Mimosas
March.
and Masterpieces, just March.
Yeah, since March. All right. Cleaning off that brush, and I'm going to go to brown
You're
to do
cleaning
our
off the
stems.
brush. That's the skinny, tiny brush?
Keeping them with that little brush, yep.
All right, so you're going to clean it up, wash it, and dry it?
Yep, washing, rinsing, drying, and go to brown for our stems. So we're just going to start with some little curves. So we'll start with a curved line down.
Jacqueline says, what if I don't have space for the green stuff?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. So you just have some black. If you want to overlap some of your black with some of the green, you can do that.
Diane Linscott says, but we want to see her mentor.
Oh, you guys are so funny. You're going to have to join us on the Zoom. I'm going to keep them from you until the Zoom.
Well, when we finally get the intro from the guys that shot the
Oh, that's true.
footage,
You'll get to see him.
then you'll get to see me.
We have a little commercial coming for you.
Not a commercial. It's an
Intro,
intro.
whatever.
So eventually what's going to happen is when we start at 8 o'clock, the intro will play so that you know we're about to begin, and then it'll come on to Jennifer and she'll be there. And in that intro, you will see me.
Okay, so we did a curved line. I kind of moved it out with another little curved line around the top.
Right.
And then came back down with a curved line toward that little center of our pumpkin.
And that's your stem?
That's our stem. And I'm going to do the same on this one. We're going to curve the stem to the left.
Okay. Lorene Yee says, I'm in Colorado. Where are you two?
Hi,
We're in South
Jersey.
Pembroke, New Jersey.
Welcome, Colorado. So cool.
Yes, what city in Colorado so I can mark it on the map? Because that's the other thing you're going to see in the intro. You're going to see a little quick close-up of the map
True.
where we have marked off all the cities that you told us where you're from, where you'll be painting with us. Right, see, Lorraine is trying to get. She's campaigning. She says others want to see you as well.
All right. So while we've got that brown, let's kind of do some outlines in our pumpkin. We're gonna outline right and left with the brown, and then we'll add a couple of other little kind of brown strokes in there to sort of define some of those little sections of our pumpkin.
Yeah, see now, Sabrina's saying not a good idea to eat and paint at the same time. Almost put the brush in my mouth.
Oh.
So now I gotta make another award. Okay, because we're gonna give out an award for the people
The
who
wine
have put,
dipper. We have the wine dipper award.
right there. It is the wine
Dipper
award for the viewer that the most times dips their brush in their wine or their drink. Now, what was this one? This one.
She was gonna eat the paintbrush.
Right. So we got to get
She's hungry.
eat the brush award. Eat the brush award.
All right. So after I outline this guy, again, we're gonna kind of bring some of those little curve lines down to section off our pumpkin a bit. They're kind of like big parentheses, right? And we'll do another little one over here.
Lorraine says, just a quick pop in and pop out.
You may get that by the end of the night. Because every once in a while he flips the screen while zooming.
No, I'm going to be very careful when I zoom in and zoom out.
All right.
Oh, see? Whoa, okay. Kayla Yee says, Mom, you're weird. And Lorraine says, my daughter called me weird because I want to see what Mark looks like in the background.
Oh my goodness. You guys are too much.
No, not Broomfield. Bloomfield. No, Broomfield. I don't know what that is.
All right, so we've outlined our pumpkins in the brown. We've added a couple of little lines in there of the brown. Now let's add some of our highlights in there. So I'm going to rinse and dry that. We're going to go back to that medium round brush. Medium round. And I'm going to grab some yellow. And then on the right side of this pumpkin, we're just going to take a nice big swipe of yellow down that right section. You can even do it down the next little section too.
And Stacy says, Mark, Harlingen, Texas on your map.
Harlingen, Texas.
And then Jennifer Packnez says, we are from Tomball, Texas.
Awesome.
Tomball and Harlingen, Texas. Okay,
right.
so I'm going to get them on the map.
So we've got some highlights on here with our yellow. Let's do this one too. You could do either side if you want to. If your sun, let's say, is coming from here, your light's coming from here.
Right.
It's going to be on the middle section anyway, so I'm just going to bring that highlight down on this side for you.
Okay.
So we're just doing a nice big swipe of yellow down that section.
Lorene says, if I start drinking, I will start painting something else.
That's what happens, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that does happen. We've had people do that.
Capriccio Sangria.
Capriccio Sangria.
Can I get an affiliate for alcohol? I don't know. They're from Auburndale, Florida.
Kayla says, my mom is weird. No, she's not. She's not weird. I don't know why you would think that. She says, my daughter is in California.
Oh.
Okay, but your mom is not weird.
All right, after we've got our yellow, same brush. I'm not going to rinse and dry. I'm just going to grab a little bit of white and do the same thing. We just kind of want to wipe over some of that yellow with the white to add some highlights. Again, just wiping over some of that yellow with my white for some highlight.
Now, as you're guiding them along, you don't mind me asking you all these questions, do you? Because they're asking these questions.
No.
Sherry Sanderson says, how often do you buy new brushes? As often as you paint?
Oh, gosh, no. No, I've had the same set of it depends. So, like, I can say this set, which is, just a kind of a cheap craft store brand. it's kind of worn. It's not going back to its form anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't use that one as often. The brush sets that we're sending out now, you guys can look them up online. It's Princeton Art and Brush Company.
Right.
These are a really nice set of brushes. I'm so excited that we were able to get in touch with the manufacturer or distributor here. They're right in New Jersey with us.
That was my suggestion.
So, so we're able to get the brushes now.
Princeton, New Jersey.
And they're nice. They're a nice set. So I've had their set of brushes for, I mean, since we started painting in February, March. So
Mm-hmm.
they're a good brand. So it's nice. But yeah, it just depends on the quality of the brush. I like to use Taklon brushes, so golden or white, doesn't matter. But a Taklon brush for the acrylic paints that I use. The stiffer the bristle, the thicker the paint you want, or the lighter the bristle, like camel hair is something that you'll use for watercolor. Bristle brushes is something you'll use for oils, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
The Taklon is kind of in the middle. Losing power?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Gotta talk loud now. All right.
I'm not sure. I can't read it.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
let me zoom out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not responding to my fingers.
Uh-oh. You might get to see Mark after all.
No. I'm not going to let that happen.
All right, with that medium round brush, I'm going to stick with that. Let's get some pumpkins in our field. We're almost there, guys.
Okay.
Pumpkins in the field and in our wagon. So let's start with those pumpkins in the wagon. I'm going to bring this guy back up for a moment.
I think we're running out of power. I'm
Yeah.
not sure here.
Go ahead. Just switch the thing over.
No, I don't want to do that.
Well.
Because I'm going to give Lauren her wish.
All right.
Never mind. Just
adding a couple of these little pumpkins in our wagon. Same technique. We're gonna almost create like we're gonna do a heart,
mm-hmm.
and we're gonna bring that down and into our wagon. It's kind of hard to see them, so I'm gonna go to a darker color so you can see it. And now you probably hear my bird up there, Holly.
Okay, maybe I need to change the power source.
Go ahead.
So you're gonna have to yell.
I will.
All right, we're gonna change the sound.
Sorry, guys. It's going away.
We'll just get rid of this thing that I can't see. Come and check it, please. Don't drop it so you can see me.
Yeah.
I can't read that thing.
Yeah, you're good. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
gone?
It's gone.
Okay, so now I can zoom out.
I think you're good right where you're at.
All right, leave it like that.
Yeah, you're good right where you're at.
Just make sure you talk loudly now.
Okay, here we go. We're getting there.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do some pumpkins in our wagon. So again, we're kind of starting with that same technique of we're going to make a heart shape, starting with those curves into our wagon.
Okay.
Follow the shape of your pumpkin with those curved lines.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Rascal, I know.
Uh-oh. I don't think they heard that.
Rascal growling at me.
No, they didn't hear Rascal growling.
All right, let's do one more pumpkin up here. Up here, piled high in our wagon.
Okay.
Using that kind of heart shape and then following those curves down into the wagon.
Taylor Ann Nelson says, our dog took off with our supplies. A cap, to be exact.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, be careful. Oh, my goodness.
Noreen says, thanks for having my back.
Aww.
Yeah, she's not weird, daughter.
Yeah. Okay, next section we're going to go to. So from here, let's start putting the pumpkins in our pumpkin patch. Here's where I don't want you to overthink this. We're not overthinking this. We're just going to start with little dots. So I'm just putting some of that orange on my brush.
Okay.
And just going to press my brush down. So it's like we're doing little dots. So where my pumpkin patch or my vines are black, we're just going to do these little dots. So as you get closer, they're going to get larger.
Oh, okay.
As you come down toward the front, towards your foreground, they're going to get bigger.
Oh, on your squiggly lines.
Yep, we're putting them on our squiggly lines.
Okay.
Again, don't overthink. They're just little dots back there. So I'm just pressing my brush down on my vine.
Oh, Tara Beanie Erdreich says, Old Bridge, New Jersey in the house.
Yeah.
Please say hi to my daughter June, who
Hi,
is
June.
painting away.
Hi, June.
She's
We're
joining
so
me
happy
tonight.
you're painting with us.
Yes.
So we're gonna just go ahead and go right along the top edge with some of those dots for our pumpkins. That's it.
Lorraine still campaigning. Come on, flip that camera. Flip that camera.
You'll have to go to the website and see our about. There's at least a photo there of him.
Of me?
Yep.
On our page?
On the website.
Oh, on the website? There's a photo of me on the website? Oh, I've got to go and take it down.
No.
Oh, Ada Shine says, oh my God, you have the same brushes as me.
I do.
From Princeton.
Yeah. They're a nice brush set, aren't they?
Is that the medium round brush that you're using?
It is. It's the number 8. Number 8.
Yeah, Melissa DeArcos just wanted to make sure.
You got it.
Now, Grace Neff says, how do I restart?
You can't, honey. You gotta wait till we're all done.
When we're all done, we'll post a video and then you can start that way. Or you can
Yep.
pick up where you left off.
That's right.
That goes for all of our sessions, all of our videos. There's a video for every time we've painted with you guys.
So again, now that I've kind of got some of those dots up there, I'm going to move that down. And as I come down, we're going to make these little dots bigger. So if you want to start creating 2, it's almost like you're going to press down, like you're making little hearts almost.
Okay.
Press down. You're almost making pumpkin shapes there.
You're putting 2.
Right, so I'm kind of brushing down, and it's sort of making that pumpkin shape for us.
Now, Lisa Folding says, I've got my son in Iraq watching. Thank you
Hi,
so
son.
much. This is so much fun.
Thank you so much for your service.
Wow.
Aw,
How do you do that? That's,
awesome.
you know, that's amazing.
Well, that's what we'll be doing the next one, the Nightmare for the USO
Right.
in Okinawa. So I'm so
Lauren
excited.
Villanueva says, I missed the beginning of this step. Can you please repeat it?
Yep, so you're just going to go to your orange color with that medium round brush. You're just going to start with some dots up on your black areas of your vines.
Okay.
Okay? As you move down your canvas, those dots are going to get bigger. You can start doing like 2 little brush strokes to make them look like almost hearts or like little pumpkin shapes. So to make that little pumpkin shape, I'm just kind of brushing down and then coming to this side and sort of brushing down.
Okay. Yeah. Tara says, woo, woo.
Woo, woo.
My 8-year-old is blushing away.
Why?
Because we shouted out
Aw.
June. June is painting away. So she said, yeah, my daughter's painting away. Then when we mentioned her name, then she blushed.
Aw. We're so happy that you're painting with us, June. That's so awesome. Why don't you guys give us a shout out, or you tell us what's something that you'd like to paint next? We'll give you like an idea. You give us an idea for what you would like to do next. We love hearing those.
Mariana Salazar says, my daughter Layla
Hi, Layla.
and I are from Chicago.
Awesome.
She's 8 years old.
Hi, Layla.
Now Sherry Sanderson says, I'll need a pumpkin highlight recap.
It's okay.
I had to grab a baby.
Aw. Okay, so what we're going to do to start, you're going to grab that medium round brush with your orange. You're going to start with some just tapping that brush, pressing down a little bit to give you some little dots
Right.
in the black areas of your vines. As you come down your canvas, which is your foreground, you're going to make those dots bigger. So then I started to make kind of 2, pressing my brush down
Twice.
1 and then 2. And
You
I
turning
kinda
your wrist over like that?
Yeah, you can. I mean, just kind
Or
of.
just two instead of 1.
And then 2.
Right, to make it bigger.
Yep. So I'm going to do that again over here. So let's make a bigger pumpkin here. So I'm pressing 1, kind of pressing it down, and then 2. And it sort of forms that shape for you. Let the brush do the work for you. 1, and then 2.
Right, like that. Nancy Haig says, hello, I'm out on the road
Hi,
tonight,
Nancy.
and I will be painting this weekend.
Sounds good.
Oh, lots of people are going to
You
be
know
joining
it'll
us
be
this
here.
weekend. It's very big.
You know it'll be here.
Okay, now Vivian Alvarez says my paint is dark.
Well, we're going to put highlights on it, so it's okay that it's darker, if you're okay with that. So I'm going to show you the highlight step, and it will probably help you out a bit.
Okay.
Okay? So the next step what we're going to do for these pumpkins, we're going to rinse and dry, and we're just going to go to yellow. So I'm going to grab yellow on that medium round brush.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And we're just going to add a little highlight on each one. So I'm going to go over all of my dots. Just try and pick one side, and press that yellow on one side of them.
So one side of each dot.
Right, one side.
And what brush are you using again?
With that medium round brush.
Okay. Lorene says, we have to paint later. My daughter's boyfriend is not off work yet, and we FaceTime while we all paint together.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing that people do that so much.
We're so happy that we're able to be a source of other people coming together.
Right.
I've always done like pay it forwards. I've always done just putting positive out, and positive will come back. And that's that's a big thing that we teach Aiden is always putting positive out. We know that we're gonna have tough days. We know we're gonna have bad days, but one little thing that you can do for somebody can change. It'll put a ripple out there and will change the world somehow. And we have so seen that over the past few months that I'm going to not talk about it anymore because I'm going to cry. So,
all right.
Go back to yellow.
Don't worry. They don't have. We have it closed up. They can't see you.
Okay.
Yeah. Margot Haney says, I lost track of time.
Aww.
I hope I can watch this whole video to paint also.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. All of our videos.
It'll be posted later. All right, just going back over again, all those little pumpkin guys, all those little dots out there. We're just on the right side of each one, or on a side of each one. Grabbing those with some yellow.
All right now. Tammy Bear Shoots says, I cheated.
You cheated.
I looked and saw what Mark looks like.
Oh, see.
I don't know where she looked, but I guess she took your advice. Yeah, Nikki Kramer says, Starry Night.
I know. Starry night. All right. It's on the list. It's on the list.
All right, Lisa Folding says, my 80-year-old mother is trying to keep going, but she's getting tired.
Aww.
That's because we've been doing this for a while now.
I know. Yeah, we have. We know when we start to lose power on the camera, we're done.
And when when Rascal starts getting having objections,
yeah,
and he starts making noise, that means that we've gone past our time limit.
Rascal is our rescue dog. We got him last December, so it'll be a year soon. We got him from Wise Animal Rescue. He's been such a good dog. He's very possessive of me. I need to be mom. He's always got to be inches from my feet, no matter where I am.
Yep. And rest assured that whenever we're painting, he is right there at her feet.
I'm going to come down over here, over these edges of the pumpkins in our wagon. So we've got some highlights on that.
Oh, Jessica Klingbeil says, I just joined the Dip Your Brush in My Wine Club.
Oh, darn. All right, that means everybody else has to take a sip now.
Yep. I gotta put Jessica's name on the list.
All right, so we've got our pumpkin in the pumpkin patch.
Tammy says, on the website is your picture.
It is. Okay. We've got our yellow highlights. We're going to switch gears.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start making the rest of our wagon. So let's make some gray for this handle that we've got.
Yes.
So gray, we're going to take a little scoop of yellow and a tiny bit of black. Tiny bit of black. And we'll make that gray for the handle. Now this handle can happen on either side, doesn't matter. I'm going to come over here on the right side. We're going to start kind of in the middle of where our wagon edge is on the right side. I'm just going to bring a little line here, so about 1/4 of an inch.
Now Valerie Wilson says, I'm in Southern Virginia And I will definitely do this Sunday with friends. Thank you so much.
You're so
Yes, you play the
welcome.
video, get your friends, sit around and watch the video and paint and have a good
We
time.
love seeing the group shots. It's so much fun.
Yes, just as long as you take a picture and send us a picture, we're happy.
All right, so we've got that. Put that little line in here, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch about.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then we're gonna do a circle, kind of crossing over that little line.
Now, Stacia R.B. Keel says, could I add a sunset in the back,
Of
or would
course
that be
you
too
can.
much?
No, it wouldn't.
See, this is the thing about
We
when you
love
paint
it.
with us. If you want to put a sunset in the back and that was your thought,
You
put
do
that
it.
sunset in the
That's
back. That's
right.
what we want.
Yeah.
Okay? It's no such thing as would that be too much. If the sunset would make you happy,
perfect,
when you looking at
actually.
your painting, then that's what we want.
That's right. A little white, yellow area here. That'd be perfect.
Whatever way you want to put it, whatever color you want to put it. Okay, all right. Tammy says, yeah, on the website is your pick. And then minutes after that, Lorene says, yep, I just saw you.
Oh my goodness. All right. So from our little circle here, we're gonna then kind of we're gonna connect and make a long diagonal line down to that.
Okay.
Just above our pumpkins, or just about maybe to the top pumpkin. And then I'm gonna do kind of a sideways D. I don't know. Straight line.
A sideways D?
I don't know. Straight line and then a half circle. How's that? Half circle
Okay.
for our handle.
Taylor Ann Nelson, oops, can't take a sip. We drank all of ours.
Oh, come on. Gotta plan better, guys.
Jane Babley says, where do I find how to order the kits? My crayons and writing paper just don't cut it.
Aw.
But it was still a lot of fun.
I'm so glad. You can go to mimosasmasterpieces.com. That's our website.
Right, there's no
No
and in the
and,
middle of
right?
it.
Mimosasmasterpieces.com.
Yes.
And then click on the shop tab. And then that's all of our upcoming events. That's all of the kits that are available for you right now.
Right.
And there is a spot that says kits for past events. You feel free to grab that. Just type in there which one you want to do, and we'll make sure we send you the right supplies for it.
Yep. And before you do all of that, stay on this page right here and click on past events and look at the paintings that we have in those past events and see if there's something that you like, and then order the kit.
All right. Since my handle and everything is gray in here, it's kind of a light color. I'm going to use that as kind of my highlight in my wagon. So I'm just going to put a couple of horizontal lines.
Just a couple?
Just a couple in my wagon.
Okay, now Taylor Miller has a problem.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Anyone know how to get paint off a wood table?
Grab just some water, soapy water for right now.
Soapy water?
Soapy water and then a little bit of elbow grease and you'll be fine. As long as you take it off now and not like tomorrow, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the future, make sure that you cover your work area before you get started on something like that.
Alright, so we've got some lines in there. We've got our handle on there. Let's get to our wheels and our outline, okay? So I'm going to rinse and dry that little guy. And let's go to black.
And Tammy says, oh dang, is that a club? I was too embarrassed to admit the dip in the wine cup
It is.
after just having one sip. I don't know if it's a club, it's just that a few
have to
people are
create
doing
that.
this now. So all we do is just, if you do it again, we just mark it off. And then at the end of the year, whoever had the most dips in their wine, we'll give them an award of some kind. And
Alright.
same thing for people who sip
Oh, God.
their water.
Oh, that's not cool. Alright, I'm just outlining pencil grip, pinky stabilized. So I say, hold your brush like a pencil.
Yes.
Use your pinky to kind of rest your hand on your canvas and stabilize your brush movements.
Is that the same brush you use for the handle?
Same brush, little guy.
The little tiny
one.
brush.
Yep.
Okay.
So a little bit of black paint on my brush at a time. I'm just going to go ahead and outline that wagon. And I did this kind of little lip here too, so it's a nice long skinny oval right at the top.
Okay, so Sherry has a problem she needs to have addressed.
Okay.
How do you preserve your paint overnight on the paint tray? I went out and got everything today, but the baby doesn't seem to want me to
Aw.
finish, poor guy.
So,
But this says print, but I think she means the paint.
So it depends. So I use styrofoam. So when I use styrofoam, I typically can just take another styrofoam plate
And cover it.
and then I lay something else on top to make it, kind of weigh down a little bit so it
Yeah.
is covered.
Yeah.
So that will work. If your stuff is on a paper plate of some sort, it will probably not work because it will sort of absorb all the moisture from your paint.
Okay.
But even a paint palette, if you have a paint palette, you can throw it in a Tupperware container with a lid. Anything that's kind of an airtight, it'll reserve it and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So let's grab. If you want to outline your handle, you can go ahead and outline that handle. Use matte pencil grit, pinky stabilize.
Oh. Okay. Jesse Freeman says, I've been able to go to several different paint classes in person,
Oh, that's good.
but my daughters, 10, 8, and 6, are always too young to be included.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for
You're
doing these
welcome.
virtual classes where they can be involved. They have not stopped smiling, and they are dying to do the next class too.
We can't wait to have you. That's actually part of why I began the whole Mimosas Masterpieces traveling thing, because a lot of our studios don't really cater to kids unless it's a specific kids class.
Right.
So yeah, we wanted to be able to come out and make sure that kids had a fun birthday party too, and they felt a little bit more, grown up about being able to do something instead of just, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Painting?
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's certain studios that will just gear things just for kids, and we have those things too.
Right, because we have the Fall Fun Workshop where our kids
Yeah.
come and paint with us every week.
That's right. And we can show you about those things too. All right, so after I've outlined my handle, I've outlined my wagon, let's get some of those wheels on the wagon. So I'm just going to grab that black. We'll do 2 little circles for wheels. We'll try and keep them the same size. Otherwise our wagon's going to wobble. A wobbly wagon. There's a tongue twister. Wobbly wagon, wobbly wagon, wobbly wagon.
Yeah, just to address Jesse's about the daughters, is that we have our painting sessions. It's free. You let anybody want to paint, or just like the videos after we do the session. We encourage the families to take the kids and sit down and paint.
Yep.
And then we got such a great response from that, so we had the kids camp during the summer, where a lot of the kids were painting with us during the week, usually on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, around 5 o'clock. So now we're in the Fall Fun Workshop, and we meet every week, and we paint something different, and it's all from the suggestions of the kids. They're the ones that decided what they were going to paint for the 8 weeks that we're doing it
We'll
with
show
them.
you a couple of those when we end.
And it's all the information is right there on our page. Just click on past. Oh no, that's separate. The kids can't.
It is.
That's a separate page. Or for the Mimosas page, if you look to the left and you scroll down, you should be able to see the kids camp and the paintings that we've done with those kids.
All right. So with my black, while I have the black, I'm gonna just do some outline of the stem. So at the very top of the stem of my large pumpkin,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do kind of a flat oval or a small oval at the top, and then just kind of outline that stem.
And you're using black.
I'm using the black.
Okay.
Same thing on this side. We'll just kind of do a little oval at the top, and then continue my outline.
Yeah, Daniel Jones says, doing this with my mom, kind of tired though.
Aw.
Yeah, sorry,
I
it's getting a
know.
little late.
It is getting late.
But we did drag it on a little bit tonight.
We have so many new people. We're sorry. We're
Right,
excited.
we needed to tell them how to maneuver through our page, how we operate, or else we would have been going a little bit faster. But once we get everybody acclimated to how we do our things, we'll be back to the same speed that we got to
We're
bring
almost
everybody
there.
up to speed.
We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. A couple of little lines in my stem. So I'm just going to follow through with a few more little curved lines in that stem. And then I'm done with my black.
Just real quickly, Melody V says, how do you do the handle?
The handle. So you're going to make a little bit of gray. So scoop of white and a little bit of black.
A little bit of black,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
A little goes a long way. So, so what we started with was kind of a horizontal line that's about maybe I don't know, between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And then you'll do a circle crossing over that line. And then you'll do kind of a slight diagonal line from the edge of that circle up towards your pumpkins.
Right.
Okay, and then the handle part of that is just kind of a sideways D, or just a straight line and then like a half circle on top of that.
Okay.
All right, couple more little steps, guys. We're almost there. Okay, I'm gonna rinse and dry that little brush. Let's go back to our brown. Back to that dark brown, or regular brown. And let's do our outlines for our pumpkins in the wagon.
Okay.
Okay.
Trish Dupre says, first timer here.
Hi, Trish.
I only had oils, and I just finished my piece before I overdid it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Please
Take a picture.
Yeah.
Please take a photo and show us. Send it to us. We really would appreciate it.
Outlining these little pumpkins in our wagon first. And then let's give them a couple little lines like parentheses to kind of define some of those little sections of your pumpkin.
Okay.
So I like to call them like kind of big parentheses here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jacqueline Gomez Ortiz says, I just lost connection and don't know what to do after outlining the pumpkins in brown.
That's it.
What
so
do
far.
we do next?
That's it. That's all we're doing right now.
So you're right up to
So
speed.
or unless she's talking about this one. I don't know.
Maybe she is, because she said she lost connection, so she's probably talking about the first pumpkins.
I'm not sure where we went to from that. So
What, when you outlined the
after
pumpkins
we
in
outlined
brown?
the pumpkins in brown here, I don't know where we
Then
went
you
to
put the
from
light, the yellow or the white on it?
We did do, yes, stroke of yellow, and then some white.
And you said something about the reflection of the sun on one and the reflection of the sun on the other. And then you went on to the wagon.
Yep. Okay,
You
so
put the lines in the wagon.
Yep, after your handle is done, then I use kind of that same color. Mine was light, but you can use white if you want to. And I just kind of added some little horizontal lines in our wagon.
Right.
Let's see.
And then you painted the pumpkins in the wagon.
And then we painted the pumpkin. We outlined the pumpkins in the wagon. Right, couple more little steps. While we got that brown, some of these little pumpkins or these bigger pumpkins that are close to the bottom,
Yeah.
you can add some stems to with that brown.
All right. You're still using that little tiny brush.
Still using our tiny brush, yep.
And you're still holding it like a pencil.
Yep, still holding like a pencil.
All right. And how are you putting these little stems on there? You just
I'm just kind of dropping tiny little stems,
little lines.
in
Okay.
our pumpkins. Yep, that's all.
All right. Elizabeth Trejo says, what do we need for Saturday?
Saturday, you need a 16 by 20 canvas.
16 by 20 canvas.
You need all the same colors as we have today.
You need all your primary colors.
And brown.
And brown.
Yep.
So that's all you need is your primary colors, a 16 by 20 canvas,
Yep.
and
brown.
brown.
Go to the Facebook event.
Go to the Facebook event.
Yoda has a sketch that you can transfer to your canvas.
So Yoda has a sketch there in that event
Right.
that you can transfer to your canvas. So you don't have to paint Baby Yoda. You can just
We'll sketch
add
him.
him
We're
to the
gonna paint him,
sketch.
but
Right, we're going to paint him, but you can put the sketch of him. So your picture is perfect.
you got it. All right, and the last thing I think I have in my wagon is a couple little brush strokes kind of peeking out the side and in between of like some hay coming out of our wagon. So I'm just using brown.
All right.
I'm just using little brush strokes in there so that your hay is kind of coming over the side a little bit. And we have just a couple of highlight things left and we're done. Alright, I'm rinsing and drying again, keeping with this little brush. Let's put a little center in our wheel. I'm going to go to white. So a little center in that wheel. A little center in the wheel here.
And Trish Dupre has a good suggestion for Sherry.
Okay.
You can also put the covered plate in the fridge to preserve the paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that way you can keep the paint in the fridge, and that'll keep it from getting dried out on.
while I've got that white, you want to add a couple of little highlights in your stem. You can. You can do another little highlight on this side too. So like it's a little bit naked
more
over here.
A little bit more.
A little naked on this side. So.
Amy Austin Hanson says this art project was so much fun from San Jose, California.
You're welcome. San Jose, California. That's where we're doing that middle school art project.
That's right.
Zoom.
That's right. Terry Carson says, want to paint a frosty moonlight.
A frosty moonlight?
Yeah, well, we got,
what does that mean? A frosty
moonlight? A frosty moonlight. A moonlight with some frost on it.
Okay.
It's almost sort of like the moonlight snowman.
Oh, okay.
But I guess the moon has to be a little bit frosty. The moonlight snowman is sort of. How about that for a frosty moon?
Oh, like Frosty the Snowman? Is that where?
No, they didn't say that. They said, want to paint a frosty moonlight.
Okay.
That's Terry Carson.
Okay, Terry.
Maybe you can elaborate on what you mean. Because that's the moonlight snowman right there.
All right, after your highlights are on, after you've got all of your details on your pumpkins, you can sign and date that painting. So always sign and date. Grab your little brush and sign it somewhere. I like to add my initials in the year. And then we will always ask you to send us your photos. So
yes, please.
I will post as soon as we put this video up. So there's a few things that will happen. We'll post the video in the event discussion.
Right.
Number 2, I will post a link for our virtual tip. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. I don't need that. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll post the video in the event discussion.
Yes.
Then I will post the link for the virtual tip jar.
Okay.
And that will be my reminder to you. Please post your photos right there in those comments.
Yes.
It's easier for me to grab them all from one spot than from all over the page.
And then we know who it's from.
And of course we know it's from. If you're so inclined, we love when you guys edit your photo and say, from, I always use Poughkeepsie, New York, because she always does it for me.
Novita.
Novita always does it for me.
Yes.
I love when you guys post on your paintings where it's from, Poughkeepsie, New York. That's like the best thing for us, because when we do the slideshow, we always, it's so great to see where they're all from by looking at the photo.
Yes.
So if you can do that for us, that's awesome. If not, it's okay. We still want to see you. We want to see you with your paintings. So post those photos in the comments.
And please put where you're from if you can. If you can't, it's all right.
Post those photos in the comments of the post that I add our virtual tip jar.
Yes.
And again, if they're accepted, they're appreciated, but they're not expected, okay?
Right.
Your being here with us is awesome. Your sharing and liking
and sending us
your
photos
family.
and showing us how happy you are for doing it with us.
Appreciated.
That's what we really come here for.
The next thing that we'll do, give me a couple of minutes to gather myself after that.
Yeah.
And we'll do, at least for the couple of people that ordered kits for this,
yes,
we'll do your giveaway. So it will either be, and the winner can choose.
When are we doing the giveaway?
I'll come back on live to do the giveaway.
When?
Spinner tonight.
Okay.
It will either be, you can choose from the Hocus Pocus, since I have lots of Hocus Pocus stuff. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus sign, or you can choose from the Skinny Syrups, pumpkin spice syrup.
Okay.
For your prize, for the winner, for the kit winners.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, for anybody that used our virtual tip jar tonight, we will add all of you to the next spinner.
When is that?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I will come back on live, and then we'll do another, I think I have 4 more giveaways for you.
Okay.
So there's hand-painted wine glasses with pumpkins.
Okay.
By me. There's a couple of these. There is a set of nail strips, Color Street nail strips. There is another pumpkin spice skinny syrup. So there's a couple of prizes for tomorrow.
Okay.
So join us back tomorrow live. Join us back tonight live if you ordered kits from us.
All right.
And I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, let us know.
Well, we got Diane
Hi, Diana.
Baker Lynn Scott says, this is my first time, and I'm really enjoying myself. Thank you for doing this.
You're so
Terry Carson says,
welcome.
we will be getting frost on the pumpkins in Iowa soon.
I'm sure. It's a little chilly here some nights, too. I mean, I
Danielle,
like it, but...
Danielle Jones says, can you paint a Christmas gnome?
Ooh.
Now,
Okay.
Sherry Sanderson says, look, I'm excited. Facebook suggested this to me.
Thank you,
I love painting. Usually I've done easy peasy stuff. As a kid, I watched Pappy Land and always pictured myself as an artist. It's relaxing, but I've only recently learned the true technique.
And listen, we give you some techniques. We're just really about having, like, we want to give you some downtime. That's all. It's
Right, we
not-
want to have fun. We want to just...
You're not leaving us with a degree of any sort.
Right, we're not telling you that there's these fast rules or hard rules that we need you to follow. No, we just want you to paint with us. You go rogue if you want.
That's
You
right.
paint any way you want. You put anything you want in your pictures. You use any colors you want.
I'm excited to see these.
We just want you to
because
be
I
happy
know-
and have a fun time
I
for the
know
2
that-
hours that you spend with us.
I know that these are kind of going to be so different because there's so many different options and ways to go with it. So I'm excited to see these. So.
Oh my God. Lisa says, oh my God, I just sat in mommy's plate of paint.
Oh no.
This is so much fun. Can't wait for the next one.
Now we're going to have a paint sitter.
All right, Danielle. Danielle says, I'm going to go because I'm tired and my mom will still be
Yes.
here.
Aww.
Thanks for the fun time.
Thank you.
Carrie Page says, this was so cool. You are so filled with warmth and joy. Greetings from Vancouver, Washington.
Awesome. Thank you.
What's Saturday's theme, Laureen? Laureen, Saturday's theme is the Baby
Baby Yoda.
Santa Yoda. You see him right there in the top right-hand corner. His show, The Mandalorian, returns to the Disney Channel on the 30th of October at the end of the month. So we're just trying to get him in there now before Christmas starts because you know they're going to be cramming Baby Yoda down our throat once he's back
We'll
on
do it for
TV.
you.
So we're going to start the ball rolling.
Again, the same thing applies. We're going to do the same thing for all of our kit purchasers for Yoda. You're not going to get it in time. I'm just going to tell you that now.
Right, so you have to watch the video. You'll have to watch the video and paint later so you can
It's
still
okay.
get the kit.
So all of our kit purchasers, it happens that night. So on Saturday night, anybody that's purchased a kit goes on the first round of prizes or giveaways.
Right, right.
And then the day after, we'll do the virtual tippers. And I probably have over, I don't know, gosh, probably 20 things to give away. So we have lots of little stuff. It's fun.
Right, see, Cindy Rosa Cornwright says, where do you get the supplies?
So you can, listen, you guys don't have to buy supplies from us. You can go to your local craft store. It's up to you. If you want to order kits from us, you just go to our website, mimosasmasterpieces.com.
Right,
There's no and in there, just mimosas with an S.
right, and masterpieces.
No, not and.
No, I said mimosas with an S.
Yes.
2 words, mimosas with an S, and masterpieces is 2 words. The and is not in the address to get to our address.
Mimosasmasterpieces.com.
Right.
And then there's a shop tab, and that's where all of our upcoming events are. That's where all the kits are that are readily available for upcoming events.
There's no link here on this page, on the Facebook page.
In each event, I post their specific link to it. Yes.
Right, that will take you to the website as well.
Yep.
So on whatever particular event it is you want to choose to do, then you just click on that link and that'll bring you to the website.
In the About section. So anytime you see us post an event, click on the About section and read it. Read the About section.
And it'll give you all the details.
It'll tell you what you need, your supply list. It'll tell you if there's a sketch, where that will be. It will tell you to go to the website to order your kit and the specific link. Or like for Golden Girls, which we didn't even get to like show all of these, but for Golden Girls night, there is, if you don't want to buy a kit, you don't have to buy a kit, but on the website, we're trying to streamline as best we can. Go to the website, there's the download for the sketches for this. It's right there, you'll get the JPEG files from it.
And you can print it, and then you can put it on your canvas, and then you can trace it, and then you'll be ready to paint with us on the night when we're doing it, which is actually on the 20th of November, Friday night, 8 p.m.
It's Girlfriends Night.
Yep, it's Golden Girlfriends Night. Yes.
And of course, we have giveaways for these. What?
Right.
It's the day before Aiden's birthday.
That's right.
We're going to go away the weekend before.
All right, so Laquetta Duke says, enjoy this, but gotta go. See you on the next video. Good night from Bonham, Texas, about an hour north of Dallas.
Awesome.
See?
Good job. Good night.
So much fun, says Terry Carson.
Aww.
My first time with you, and I will be coming back. Thank you so much.
We're glad to have you back.
Can you repeat where to post our pics?
Yes. So as soon as we're done with the video, I'm going to post the video, and the next thing I'm going to post is that virtual tip jar link.
Right.
And I'll remind you in that, please post your photos here. So in the comment section, that's where we'd like your photos.
Okay, and they'll be in the comment section after you post the video.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you did not miss the Beauty and the Beast, Sherry.
Beauty and the Beast is coming. 2 weeks, right?
Can you show the canvas without the wagon?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, the comments are coming in pretty fast now.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay, I will sign mine by the weirdo in Colorado. That's Laureen. Laureen says, I will sign mine by the weirdo in Colorado.
Oh my gosh. Please send us a photo of that, dude.
Cindy Stroh says, thank you, Portal, Georgia.
Oh, cool. So neat.
So fun. I have to go put the little one to bed, Carrie Fraser. But I'm going to tip you, and I will be back on the 8th.
Awesome. Well,
all right.
You. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Penny Slemmaker says, I can't hear. I don't know. No, we're not out of power. We're still going.
We don't have the mic on now, so sorry. I have to project better.
Yes, yes. And Michelle Edmondson says, thank you for the tutorial.
You're welcome.
Off to cook dinner for my hubby who has a broken ankle. Oh, tell him to feel better.
Yeah, man.
Right, Lauren Villanueva says, thank you for making this so much fun and enjoyable.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm gonna read off some more. Remember, we're gonna do the Santa Baby Yoda this Saturday at 8 p.m. Next Thursday is a big night, so if you don't see us for the whole week, come back next Thursday. We're doing the Nightmare Before Christmas. If you have not gotten a kit, you probably won't be getting a kit in time for this event next Thursday. So make sure you have something to paint with.
Like in the tri-state area.
Right, or unless you're in the area where you can drive to our house and pick up a kit.
You can come visit me.
That's right.
And then you can really see Mark.
But it's a lot of people that's going to be painting with us that night. Maybe we'll break our record. Our record is 866 people for one night. That was for Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
So if we break I'm thinking we're going to break that record next Thursday night for Nightmare Before Christmas. Hocus Pocus is our current record.
So yeah, if you're looking for more fall paintings other than what we've got up here, the Hocus Pocus is on the website. The download is there.
It's $5.
The kit is there. The other one that we really liked was the Fall Cat on a Pumpkin. Again, the download is there. You can order a kit from there as well.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you from Branson, Missouri. So much fun.
You're welcome.
That was Sharon Brancato. All right, Esmeralda Rios, first time from Fort Hood, Texas. Love this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Shelly Arnold, Adamowitz Arnold, says, this is so awesome. Great time to bond with my new daughter. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Heather Kane says, thank you.
You're welcome.
Amy Cleveland says, this was amazing. Thanks so much for all of you. I will be back for sure. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear that you're going to come back because we would love having fun with you. We're going to have a meet and greet come up. We're going to ask you for your opinions and for your suggestions on what we should be painting in the future. We've already got a long list, and we come here to make you guys happy and relax you and have a good time with us.
Right. Yeah, meet and greet. Definitely.
Meet and greet is Tuesday, October 13th at 8 p.m.
Yeah. So make sure go to the website. Subscribe the download code from the website for the Zoom event and join us for that. We would love to meet some of you or meet, I don't know them.
Right, see, Atlanta Marie says, I couldn't read it. It went by too fast. Yeah, Sherry says, thank you so much.
Welcome, Sherry. If they're coming in fast now, just wait until Thursday. There's no way
we're
going to keep up.
Yeah.
We're going to have
Yeah, Amy Cleveland says, maybe we could do this on New Year's Eve. I was telling you about that.
Really?
New Year's Eve. Thank you, Amy. That's what I've been trying to get her to understand. People who's going to be in the house on New Year's Eve, they would love to watch the ball drop because nobody's going to be in Times Square and we can all be painting. There's nobody going to be in Times Square for the first time ever.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we
So,
saying?
yeah.
Fireworks?
Nope,
Fireworks?
we're gonna let's reserve it right now. We'll
Okay.
do the meet and greet and ask people what they think we should be
you
painting
guys let us
on that
know.
day, and then we'll have a special. Like
Okay.
I said, I suggested we could do it before the ball drops. Just something to
Yeah.
give people something to do before that time comes, so we can get people in a real good, relaxed mood, and they'll be ready to do that thing at the at the time when the.
All right.
So let's think about that.
You guys give us your suggestions. 'Cause
This is how we do things here. People make suggestions, and we brainstorm it, and we talk about it. And the next thing you know, it's going to be posted on the event section, and you'll be like, "Wow, she just made an event for that." Yeah, because we just talked about it.
we have the sloth one for those of you that have been following our sloth saga.
Right, we have a sloth saga.
Seriously, I'm gonna start calling it now. So, sloth painting Santa Claus. This is a paid event. We're only allowing 100 people through Zoom because it's going to be a meet and greet with a sloth on Zoom. So the zoo is going to Zoom with us. The zoo is going to Zoom with us.
Yes.
With the sloth. So we have a little bit of inspiration before we paint. And then you'll get swag with your kits. And then again, of course, there'll be giveaways throughout that event too.
Yes.
So this is a paid event. It is a little more expensive than a regular kit, but that includes other goodies, I promise. You'll be happy. But there's only 100 people, or only 100 spots available for this one. So, and I don't know how many's left, but we're excited to finally get a sloth event done and
Now,
on the books.
just a quick reminder. Sherry Sanderson says, "I don't have a printer. Can I order the Golden Girls outline?"
So when you order the kit, I will send it to you.
All right, but does she have to order a kit to get the outline?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I guess. I mean, can somebody else print it for you that might be closer to you than us mailing it to you?
Oh.
I don't know that it would make it in the I mean, it'd be like all folded maybe. But I can send
No,
it
they
as a
just need
letter.
the outline. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could send it as a letter.
Sarah Burrows says, "I can't see to post a pic in the comments."
Not yet. No.
Not yet. We haven't
No.
we haven't posted the video. When we post the video, then you'll be able to.
Listen again. Listen again. Here we go. After I post the video, the second post that I'm gonna make is going to say, "Reminder: post pics here." So under that post is where you'll put those photos in the comments.
Right, because people are wanting to post a picture right now,
Not
and
yet.
that's impossible.
Not yet.
Lisa says, "We want to post a picture. How do we
Not
do
yet.
that?
Not
This
yet.
is incredibly fun, and we want to tip you." Okay, so let's just
Okay.
get off, and we got to
We
get
gotta
off
get
so she
on.
can do her work.
All right, let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank
We
you
love
so
you.
much. We love you. We just wanted to inform a lot of the first timers
That's
what we're
great.
going to do, and the best advice I can give first timers is just navigate through our page. Scroll through our page. Look at our pictures. Look at the comments. Look at the past events. Turn on an old video and see what we say. Just go through our page and you'll find out everything about us is there. All right.
All right, guys.
Good night,
Good
and
night,
we'd love to see you guys again the next time we come on, which is going to be Saturday at 8 p.m.
Today's back.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Sorry we went so late, but it had to be
It was
done.
fun.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
All right, Rascal. I'm done.
Yep, you got her back.